All right, there you go, boss.
Yo! Welcome to Nixon Night. I'm your co host, Stephen Fox. Our host, founder, and leader, Uncle Freezy, will be here soon. On a night that started with such jubilation, with Knicks fans back at Madison Square Garden and the announcement that Julius Randle was selected to his first All Star game, it ended with Randle getting ejected and the Knicks losing to the Warriors 114 to 106. Stephen Curry put on a show and scored 37, including 26 in the second half. We're now 15 and 17 on the season. The Knicks take on Tyrese Halliburton and the Kings on Thursday. Randle led the Knicks with 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Payton added 20 points and 4 assists, but RJ scored 4 points in 27 minutes, shot 1 for 9, and missed 6 shots in the paint. And this is after he missed 9 shots in the paint in the last game. He also played terrible on defense, and his lack of athleticism and hops is evident in every game we watch. Folks, RJ will never be a franchise player. Ever! And you want him to be a 3 with bigger, stronger, and quicker wings? Good luck. Everybody talks about us needing a point guard. We need a shooting guard. We need a small forward who can actually shoot. I trade RJ for Levine and Beal in a nanosecond if it only took 2 additional first round picks, especially Levine. We'll go over the game. We'll recap the player's performance with the video panel and live chat. And let me calm down. I am amped like a SOB tonight. I'm so angry. Let me say hi to my family. Daryl Pemberton, you always relax me morning, noon, and night. You're one of the cool dudes. Pseudonym Shipes, same back at you. Raphael, believer of the God of Moses and Elijah. No EP hate today. The guy was aggressive and was helping the Knicks win. Yeah, my issues are not with Peyton tonight. Fade for Kaminga. Time to get off the IQ wave. Let's be realistic. IQ is Trier 2.0 minus the attitude. His shot selection is horrible. Yo, fade for Kaminga. You're not hearing any arguments here. His floater has died. There's he needs resuscitation. He's not taking his threes. He's hesitating. He's getting confidence issues. He's a rookie, and he's absolutely a rookie. But everybody said sniper, 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 sniper. He hasn't shown that he's a sniper. He's a sniper on some games and just a rookie on the rest of the games. And we'll see. But you can't ask any more for Randall. So again, congratulations to our guy Randall for making the All Star game. And even more importantly, did you see his wife? Oh my God. I thought he was smiling from the All Star game, but when they shot to his wife, that's why I think he was smiling. And I don't blame him because I'd have a smile 24/7. She's fine. So, our future gaming, hope all is well. Um, you know, whew, got me so aggravated that damn game. And you know what got me aggravated? That selfish play by RJ. And it's not the first time recently. He's done it in several games recently where he did not pass that ball with an open guy coming down the wing. And he choosing some of his shots in the paint. It wasn't even close, man. Like, if you're me, you're like, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Oh my God. So, a guy can't shoot from 3. He has no mid-range shot, and but his game is strictly driving. But he misses game after game 6 to 9 shots in the paint. So yeah, and I know what I'm going to hear. He's 20 years old. Come on, Kawhi in his first season, and Jalen Brown in his, and don't ever say RJ with those guys' names. Please, they were good defensive players. They have athleticism. The guy has no speed. He looks like he's running in concrete. He's slow as molasses, has absolutely no hops. He has like Eddie Curry hops, 2-inch hops, this guy. And this is, just driving me crazy. So, Frederick, man, how are you? Mindspace Invader. Randall's wife is hot. That's right. All the way from Thailand, folks. We heard that, and I totally agree with you. Mixed sports. Quickley is in Trier, but he's played awful for the past week. He has, and again, it's a rookie, and they're gonna, NBA with the film study and everything, they're gonna put him in very awkward or uncomfortable situations, and if he can't hit that floater, there was so many plays tonight where he wasn't aggressive and didn't drive on a big man and stuff like that. Come on, guy. Everybody says about Peyton this or that. The guy's aggressive, man. He makes it into that paint, and if that guy could finish, and he's played well the last, X amount of games. He scored 20 tonight. I don't like him taking 19 shots, but come on, man. Quickley's got to show that he has that first step and on the dribble. He's got to work on his handles. So many plays that we saw tonight. If he only had a mid-range jumper, man. He gave up the shot because he couldn't do his floater. Well, you shouldn't be doing a floater from that spot. It should be a mid-range jumper. So, Boost Mobile, how are you, my friend? The realest fox in the box. Speak your truth. Oh, man, you're so cool, Boost Mobile. Always appreciate it. Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. Sherwin M. I have not been here a while, but we would just like to talk to you. You were talking about RJ because you don't like him. I did not say anything about him. I think he's a wonderful kid. He's a great kid, has a good attitude, but he's taken the throne from Roberto Duran of Manos de Piedras. He has hands of stone. He has no touch, whether it's from 2 feet, 10 feet, 14 feet, 30 feet. I'm telling you, he's like an X-Man character, hands of stone. I've no touch, absolutely no touch, none whatsoever. And then you throw on his slow athleticism, can't get over screens, has no hops, plays selfishly. And yeah, I know he had X amount of rebounds tonight, but come on, man. No, Sherwin, you're right. I'm biased. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a troll in the chat tonight. Sherwin M. I've seen this guy for ages, and all he does is troll. Regardless if it's Ron Cleveland, regardless if it's Guillermo, regardless if it's Sim, regardless if it's CP, the trolling champion. So Sherwin, whatever. Oh yeah, D Wade was not a great shooter. These people that bring up D Wade and RJ as a comparison, come on, please, 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 Boost Mobile, forget the trolls, Fox. Call it how you see it. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. Soon, Shipe. The same with you, man. Wow, just crazy. So, Randall, good as gold tonight, folks. 25 points, 8 for 21, 3 for 6 from 3. But I don't go by that because when the other players are not doing that, you try to do too much and your game falls off. But he had 10 rebounds, 7 assists. I'm so happy he made the All-Star game, and I'm so happy he has a beautiful wife to go home to, man. That girl is fine. So Peyton he was a minus 21, though, on the night, Randall. Peyton was 20 points tonight, 8 for 19 shooting. I hate when he takes 19 shots. That's way too much, but again, what the hell are you going to do? 0 for 2 from 3. I'm glad he only took 2. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, so he was minus 22 on the night. And like I said, RJ Barrett, the franchise, the golden boy, 4 points, 27 minutes, 1 for 9 shooting, 1 for 3 from 3, 1 from 2 from the foul line, 10 rebounds, 1 assists, 3, he could have had 2 assists if he threw to an open guy streaking down the way, but no, it's better to, just dribble into, with your lack of handles into traffic. 3 turnovers, and he also fouled out. So, D Rose, at least D Rose on the second team, he came back from 2 bad games, 16 points. 27 minutes, 6 for 15, 2 for 4 from 3. He had 8 assists. You can't ask any more from him. He played probably a few minutes longer than he usually does. 1 steal, 1 block, only 1 turnover. He was a plus 12. Burks, man. People, we need a 3. We need a 3 in the worst way. Oh, my God. This Bullock, this Burks, this Knox. Please get us a 3, a real 3. Hey, shout out Ishmael Rivas. Salute. Let Foxy blow off some steam. RJ is trash playing in simple. I love my brother from the Bronx. So the new Knicks, hope all is well. My Renaissance man. Man, that dude is so talented. C-Mac. Steve was livid about RJ. Hope he calmed down. Hey, C-Mac, I need friends like you to bring me down, man. You know what pissed me off? I think that selfish play really was what ignited me. Like I said, it wasn't the first time in the last few weeks where he's done this kid. So this whole thing about him, he's a great kid. Great kids don't play selfishly. So, and he is a good kid. He is a really good kid, but I don't, Every time he does that, Tibbs should take him out and sit his ass immediately. That we don't play that way. If you don't want to pass to an open guy, the whole essence of our game system and every team system is the best shot, not your shot. If you have a good shot, you give up a good shot for a better shot. So, yeah, our future game, and yeah, if we only had if we had a three, and I said it before, if we had a three, Randall be averaging a triple double. Absolutely. You can't ask any more from what he's done. Zakaria Anwar, Kevin Porter would have been a great piece. Uh, that's a real complex thing, Zakaria, because of his off the court things. I think he needs to show. He needs to have a year where he doesn't get in any trouble, that he talks to mental health professionals, and gets his life together. He's a young man, and we want that. But when you're trying to build a culture, guys like that are dangerous. Thesis Thomas, salute. Foxy, facts over fishing. You are talking the truth. You must have a level of expectation and hold our players accountable. Thank you, Thesis, as always, man. Appreciate the support. My brother Daryl Pemberton, morning, noon, and night, as I always say, incredibly generous dude and just a cool dude. Congrats to Randall, who deserved big, fella. You're not kidding, man. I'm so happy. And like I said, I think all of us have had situations in our life where you got an acknowledgement and something clicks in your head. And I'm really hoping that he knows that now all that hard work is, and him goofing around with the best players in the league in a couple of weeks at the All-Star game, that he belongs and that he's at that level. And like we said, if he only had a three, like our future gaming and Thesis and Daryl and all Boost Mobile and all of our family, if we only had a three, man. A decent three. Bullock, he plays defense. I can't say anything about his D, but the guy, streaky shooter. I won't even call him a streaky shooter because streaky shooters still do certain things. He's a terrible. Burks looks like he's 400 years old. Guillermo, Legion of Knicks podcast. Salute everyone, please. If you haven't subscribed to Legion of Knicks podcast, please subscribe. Fantastic content, continually magnificent content. Fantastic guy. I am proud to be president of the Guillermo fan club. And I can't wait for the next few months with my brother, us talking draft, talking everything else. Although I did say, if we trend anything, I think the next 14 games, folks, is really a huge decision tree. That if we play well or 500 ball approximately for the next, we better think about trading those picks because we're not going to get, and I know Klay Thompson, Guillermo, and others were picked in that range, but if we pick from the 10 to 20 range, I'd rather trade those two our pick and the Mavs pick for Zach LaVine any day of the week, a proven player, because these Kumingas and everything. It's going to take 3 years or so for Kuminga to be a good player, man. He has athletic talent, he has all these other things, but he's raw. Jalen Green is raw. We won't get Cade, we won't get Suggs, we won't get Mobley, unless we really trade the farm. But even then, I don't think so. So Legion says, I'm still focused on development of these players. If they aren't it or show that trajectory, then we move on. But give them this year. I'm with you. Hoodie Kev, how are you?
Steven Fox, what's going on?
Your brother's a little riled tonight.
I hear.
So so show some love to Foxy Man and calm me down. Give me some thoughts. What do you thought about your thoughts about the game tonight, my brother?
Um, my thoughts about the game tonight. They're my usual thoughts. I mean,
Oh
let me
boy.
give you a different a throwback to the old Kev. I mean, we went into this game uh, as a team that was already offensively challenged, right? I beat my drum as loud as I can about how horrible Burks and Bullock are. They give you nothing offensively, right?
Nothing. Nothing.
They combined for 15 points, but that only happened because Burks hit two shots in a row, and that was it. Um, RJ, I'm not
Hey, just one
going.
thing, Kev. I guarantee I'm not the only one who felt this in the Nick fandom. Knox should have been in the game tonight. What the hell did you have to lose?
Only Thibodeau knows that. I wish I was like Charles Xavier, and and could read his mind, but I'm not. Um, he should have. I do believe wholeheartedly that Kevin Knox will be back in the rotation sooner rather than later, because you can't sit here and say you can't preach accountability, you can't preach about productivity, and then you have two players who aren't producing. I mean, they're just not. Um, I mean, a hot night for Reggie Bullock is like 10 points.
You know,
That's a hot night.
yeah. And it's usually in the first half.
Yeah, they'll run the play. It's always that curl with. They always start the game off with it. That curl with Julius Randle they'll do, and it'll probably pull up like a mid range or a three right there. Other than that, it's like nothing else. And so when people say that, oh, we need a three, and I believe wholeheartedly that the Knicks have a three. We have a decent three. We have a three. If you put down the intangibles that you wanted in a three, we have it. He's just buried on the bench for whatever reason. But I do say something, and I'll say this for veteran leadership. Since their ousting, I've noticed that. Do you watch the games on MSG? Right.
I do.
So I have NBA League Pass. So NBA League Pass does like during halftime, like when the players will come out, you'll see them at shoot around. Does MSG do that?
Yeah, they do. It's
Oh,
a high angle shot
yeah,
from the
yeah.
rafters. But
Okay,
yeah,
so I think we get the broadcast. I think that's what I think that's what
the same
NBA. I think they're
feed.
yeah. So what I've noticed is Austin Rivers spends a lot of time talking with Kevin Knox. And I hope that's veteran leadership that's giving him pointers and things. Um, but the whole RJ thing, Fox, I know you're upset about tonight. I know. He had a bad night. But that's going to happen. So he have some selfish plays? Of course. Tell me one 20-year-old who doesn't have a selfish play every once in a while. Even the best ones. Um, it's I I'm not giving up on RJ. I believe he has a very bright future, although he has some shortcomings. I think has shown a lot of promise. So if you want to be mad about one game, hey, go for it. I'm mad a lot of games about certain players, but I'm not giving up on RJ by any means or anything like that.
That's cool. Hey, I got some insight over the last day or so into your boy Kevin Knox that I think may be impacting his confidence. I saw a tweet the other day about some guy that was in the Knicks locker room for only a few minutes, and he said within that time of him being in the locker room, only those few minutes, he heard 8 people make fun of Kevin. And then Mitch has a show. You ever see Mitch's show?
The Mitch's block party,
Yeah.
yeah.
He had Obi on, and it became a Knox roast where they were laughing at Knox, calling him box head, the size of his feet, that what player a mask cover his face. Everybody laughs, but if you're the person that keeps getting ranked on, that starts impacting you. That you're smiling at the guys, but if you're always the person that's getting made fun of, that hurts after a while. So, uh, I just wish, I know guys are guys, but after a while, if you're the only dude that keeps, if you're the laughing stock of the team and they're always goofing on you, it's hard to get confidence if your own guys in your own locker room are making you the joke, are always goofing on you, man. Did you see that?
I haven't seen the.
Yeah.
I know he came out with some new ones, but I haven't seen it. And to that extent, I'll say this. I just going off of what you say. I know that Mitch and Knox are like best friends on the team, right? You've always heard reports they came in the same year. They've been together
Mm-hmm.
3 years. They're like the closest, I think, on the team. And from my understanding, Knox and Obi are really cool. So I'm assuming that there's probably a bunch of 20-year-old kids making fun of each other. One probably wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure Knox will make fun of them too. Um, I mean,
Hopefully, I just don't want the kid, meaning Knox. I don't like bullies, and I just don't want everyone. It's a different form of bullying, but if he's the sole dude, the easy one to pick on in the Knicks locker room, that may be adding to his lack of confidence, man. Where he's smiling and he's being a good sport on the outside, but on the inside, every one of those comments eat away at him.
if he's like any other 20-year-old I know who has other 20-year-old friends, I'm pretty sure he's getting his fair share of jokes into.
I hope so. I don't know his personality. He just seems so passive. I just don't know if he's a street kid like us. That people say stuff and you come right back with your stuff and you're lighting them up as much as they light you. And
I mean, was Knox there when this was happening, or
no, but you could see both of them. They were doing their social distancing and they're laughing at on Knox's his expense. So
I think like if you're gonna do something like that and like this is your boy and everything, this is like about to be broadcast. I'm pretty sure that the jokes they tell are jokes that they probably have told to him before. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they get
telling but telling people in a locker room one thing, but telling millions of people that everybody calls him Boxhead, and that you like when he wears a mask so you don't have to see his ugly puss. Who likes the world being told that I'm ugly.
Well,
So
you have a point there. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen it. I probably have to go back and watch it. I just haven't yet. But it's this game. I'm not mad about this game at all. It is what it is, and we'll come back against the Kings. Who did we beat the Kings earlier, or did they beat us? I don't remember.
They beat us.
Well,
remember Halliburton had that huge smile going, man, you made a mistake not picking me.
Oh, yes.
And he's going to do it again Thursday night.
Well, the one thing I can tell you is I do not like I'm not fond of the backcourt rotation of Rose and Payton.
Yeah, that's a bizarre
because
team. We saw it the other night, and it's like, wow, the whole pace and everything. Payton plus anything destroys pace. It's a math problem. Payton in anything means slow it down.
Well, the thing about it is, neither one of them are good enough shooters to play off ball. I know Rose hit a couple shots tonight, but I don't bank on Derrick Rose being a high percentage shooter.
Yeah, I know.
And plus, it's pretty small. They're both like what 6'3", 6'4", maybe.
Yeah.
So against like bigger two guards or something, I don't like that. I know tonight. I'll say this. I will say this though. I do not watch Kelly Oubre often, other than when I don't. But he either really can't stand the Knicks, or he's just ultra aggressive.
He gets up for us. That's for damn sure.
Because he does stuff like it's like you watch it and it's like, is that really necessary? You just don't like this team. So anyone who thinks that we're gonna get Kelly Oubre in the offseason, I doubt it because I think he hates the Knicks.
Yeah. Hey Freezy, if you're listening, I put the link in. Sherwin M wants to come in for the first time. Bring it on, Sherwin. You better watch messing with the Fox though. You get bit. Ruff. So, but looking forward to hearing your takes. You're always welcome. Everyone's always welcome in our home. Just bring in some manners and but bring in some facts too while you're at it. So we're gonna get a guy that is a perennial troll, but what the hell if he comes in, liven up the thing. Mind motivation. Hope all's happen. What happened to this channel? No one comes to this panel anymore. I don't know about that, man. I don't feel that way. We get a lot of people on this, but it's a marathon.
I'll say this. I want to say something to Ghetto Intellect. I saw something. Here's the thing, right? About because he said Knox is a beta in a room full of alphas. Are you calling Obi Toppin, who only plays like 10 to 12 minutes a game, an alpha? That's my thing. If this is like RJ Barrett clowning, I could say something. But Obi Toppin has no room to clown anyone. Mr. Robinson, maybe. and that's only because Nerlens Noel is his backup. But I don't think that Obi Toppin is an alpha. Personality, what I don't know these kids in the street. I can just assume they're like any other 20-year-old kids, only who have millions of dollars now. That's probably a big difference. I didn't have millions of dollars when I was 20.
Well, thank God you have it now.
I don't. I wish. I'm barely like a thousandaire.
You want to be a millionaire?
Do I want to be a millionaire?
Yeah, there's an easy way to do it.
Win the lottery?
No, get Ghetto Intellect as your CPA. He'll take care of everything, make sure in your investments, and you'll blink, and the next thing you know, you'll be a millionaire.
Oh, well, I wish that was the case. But yeah, no, it was Curry did his thing.
Is he spectacular? And besides the shooting, he made a couple of gorgeous passes. I mean, he's so special. Special. And he does it effortlessly. He just has that style and it's like, woo.
He had his one play. It was like a quick curl, and the way he flicked the ball was just very effortless. Now I was like, that's just amazing. I as a person who used to be a shooter,
what do you mean used to be?
Ooh, I don't know.
Shooters are like punchers. You never lose it.
You lose it if you don't use it. And I haven't used it in almost 2 years. I probably have a heart attack right now if I set that on a basketball court. All right. I was a year and a half, probably a year and a half. I used to play when I was at the YMCA. But 2020, I probably put on like 15 extra pounds. Like I'm pretty sure most Americans did. So yeah, but it's amazing watching him. I knew if you saw me last night, I knew that Elfrid Payton was going to be in for it tonight. I don't like people say, "Oh, Elfrid Payton had 20 points," but he had 20 points on 19 shots.
Yeah, I know. He should not be shooting.
That's not efficient at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hey, just one last thing on Curry. Freezy mentioned it in passing the other day. I was watching him warm up like a few games ago. I mean, I've never seen a guy like this. He, besides him taking shots, practicing from the logo, like half court shots, like 5 in a row, boom, 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 and he walks off. He hit like 4 or 5 from the midcourt line, like nothing, and then fooling around, he takes the ball and throws the ball underhanded, like 30 feet in the air, swoosh. I mean, I've never seen, so we go from a thing where we're seeing somebody with like the most elite touch that you can see, and then you go to RJ Barrett with that it's like a superhero move with the anti-touch, that you see one guy who just is the personification of being able to just have great touch in everything he does versus somebody that even if they're 3 feet away, they don't have touch. It's mind-boggling that one could be so talented and one has just no touch. And like I said, some guys may not have touch from 3, but they can hit a mid-range. Or if they don't have touch from mid-range, they could hit it in the paint at least. Come on, guy. So I know he's 20. And I know I'm riled tonight. But there's just too many games where I just, and I said this earlier, that last year I went through the thing when we were talking about the draft and everything, everyone's saying, but how do they fit with RJ? We can't ask that question anymore. How they fit with RJ. If the guy can shoot, we got to take him. And if they're athletic and can shoot, we got to really take them. And if they play defense and athletic and can shoot, we got to really, really take them. But the problem is that Tibbs is a good coach, and this is a crazy season. And even though we're, 15 and 17 on the year, if we play the next 15 or so games in that range, Kevin, we're not going to get, if we're picking the 10 to 20 range, we may get a good role player. We may get a guy who's good, but the chances of us getting a real star is slim to none, and just statistically, that I have no problem us trading our two draft choices this year if we fall into that range. If we're not in the top eight, please trade these picks for somebody that we know is in the beginning of their prime, of Levine or somebody if we can get them.
I don't see Chicago trading Zach Levine.
Me
I mean,
either. I agree with you.
Chicago is they're sitting in eighth right now.
I agree
You
with you.
know, so
It's just wishful thinking. I don't think anyone that's unless there's somebody who's gonna get into a war with their management, and I know all the things the Worldwide West is working behind the scenes with Bradley Beal to push for a trade and everything. I still don't want to give up four draft picks for Beal. So Amani the Great, Mr. Stephen Fox. The question is, who can we match up with RJ? I believe the big question is can RJ match up with the new draft picks or new teammates? He's the one that needs to fit in. Um, he needs to. Amani the Great, thank you for the question. He just needs to be able to shoot. If you look at his numbers, you can't shoot threes. He shoots corner threes better than any other three, but even that is at a level. He has, his mid range game, his finishing. So, yeah, he still scores his 16, 18 points a game, which is impressive. To score 16, 18 points in the NBA is an amazing feat, but he's very inefficient. Like I said, he's in the lower percentile, 14th percentile of the league at finishing, or effective field goal percentage. He's just highly inefficient when he plays. So he may have 21 points, but there's a price for that inefficiency. He may have good stats on the box score, but the other stuff. And Manchow said Levine is an all-star now. They won't let him go. Manchow, thanks for support. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Our future gaming Knicks are currently seventh, and the frightening thing about it is us saying whether we're sixth or seventh. We're all grouped up, man. The next 15, 20 games, you're gonna start seeing. So Toronto's been hot. Miami's gonna be coming on. So maybe that draft choice, if we could get at least number 8 or something in that range to get a book night out of Connecticut or something, if we keep the picks. But if we play this game, we're going to be in mediocrity. We're going to either just miss out on the playoffs or maybe get the last last spot in the playoffs. And what's it going to do for us with this team and this mediocre roster? So
I believe wholeheartedly, and I said this in the very beginning, and people kill me for this. And if Tibbs wasn't as, I guess just call it what it is, stubborn, because Tibbs is a very stubborn man.
Stubborn. Were you also saying put in the second? There was times it was like the rotation tonight. Come on, man, something's
And
not
but
driving tonight. Change. Make a change.
how many nights have we sat here, Foxy? And how many games we played? 32.
Correct.
We played 32 games. How many games have we sat here and said what was going on with Tibbs in these rotations?
32.
I mean, he will not conform. He'll say it like, "Oh, I'm going to conform. I'm going to change lineups. I'm going to tinker with this and tinker with that." But then the game will come, and it's the same old, and it's like, what are you doing? And then after the after post game, he's like, "Well, we'll go back on film and watch everything what we did." And it's like, how much film can you watch of the same thing without noticing that something is wrong?
Yeah. Or see your lead, the lead that you're, or the lead that they have growing. It's like you got to make a change here, man. And if you wait another 2 minutes, the game could be out of control.
And is he's so hell bent on like, especially in the beginning of the game, like he'll go with his starters, and it's like clockwork. Every game, when he's going to substitute these players out, regardless of what the player is doing. He's going to substitute them. He's going to bring in, well, it's weird. He'll probably bring in Burks, D Rose, or Noel or Taj Gibson, who's slow, or Noel when it was him, and then he'll wait until like a minute is left, or maybe the beginning of the second half to bring in Obi, and then it was Quickley, but Quickley changes. Like Quickley's, it fluctuates. So he's the only one that his substitutes will either come in first or he'll come in with Obi
Yeah,
last.
that too. It's like they were on all cylinders. Him and Rose, he would still stagger. It's like the first few games they played together, they're gelling. Everyone's saying, "My God, look at this second team, one of the best." And it's like Rose is coming in. You're like, "Why aren't you bringing Quickley? And why are you staggering it a few minutes later, man? Let them come in together and go off." So, hey, let me just do a couple shout outs to the family. Manchild, what does Bullock do to deserve the starting job? It's called defense.
It's not even defense.
So, hey, it's in Tibbs' head. So, but I think it's going to come to a situation pretty soon where it's like, you know what, we better get a better assessment of Knox and a few others. So, stop videos, Kev. Tibbs still the best coach we could have got. If rotation is the worst thing about the coach, he's a good coach. Hey, stop it videos. I agree with you. I would have lost the house. I would never have bet, even after this annoying loss tonight, that we'd be 15-17. So I agree with you. So, hey, Sherwin. I put out the link there. Where's Sherwin? I don't see Sherwin. So
Really, what's going on?
Freezy, my man.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, I'm coming in hot right now. I'm sorry. I'm coming in hot. I just listened to Stillmatic. So I just listened to Stillmatic, and y'all know how I feel about Nas. So
I don't know when you come in cold, so this is not new for us.
hey, man. So yeah, man. So I have Ether on my brain, right? What's good? Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man, child. C. Matt Berger, Castillo, the Ghetto Intellect, what's good? Sherwin M, what's good? Our future gaming. Boost Mobile, Legion in this podcast, what's good? I hear y'all, man. I hear y'all. Y'all are on it tonight, man. What's good?
Yeah, we're tired of this stuff. Jesus, we're 32 games in. Come on, man. The rustiness and everything should be off by now. You should be playing at a consistent level on both sides of the game. You should be, doing everything you can to make your teammates better.
Right. Right. I feel you. Who are y'all talking about right now specifically, though? Is it just RJ?
Nah, we were saying Peyton scored 20 points, but Jesus, the guy took 19 shots, and the last thing we want is Elfrid Payton taking 19 shots on this team.
Damn,
and we were just saying that between Bullock and Burks, man. I don't know about you, Freezy. I thought tonight would have been a good night to bring in Knox.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything else from the other guys. You?
Nope.
I don't ever see anything from him.
I know, Cal. I know. Can we know? We've been hearing it since.
Just in case you didn't know, I just want to put it out there.
Yeah.
I do not see anything from them.
Right. And so Kevin, and I talked about a situation where we packaged those two together to go get us a real small forward. Because I feel like that's what we're missing. We're missing a legit small forward.
Oh my God!
Again, let me clarify that. I did not say that. Freezy said that. I have maintained we have a perfectly good small forward right here on the roster. What I think we need, and I told Freezy, is I think we need a center. And there's one in Minnesota who is very upset.
Naz Reid?
Maybe he might be upset too. I don't know.
Ed Davis?
Everyone is. Ed Davis is getting DNPs. So he might be upset too.
Hey, you know what? Hey, so shout out to Ed Davis. Ed Davis might be one of the greatest Knicks of all time.
I know his draft. We drafted him. We traded him, and look what we got.
We traded it like we traded and got like 3 second-round picks for him. Like we traded to get him, which included a second-round pick, and traded him away and got 2 second-round picks. So thank you, Ed Davis. You're one of the goats of this thing. Ed Davis makes this season go.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
But to what Kev is saying, man, for one, if Kevin Knox was anything close to being starter material, he would be getting minutes, right?
I don't believe that.
Secondly, I know you don't because you're naive in this moment, right? So secondly, if you package a 2-for-1, right? Bullock and Burks for a small forward, that means you can give Knox minutes in a reduced role where he can prove himself on a nightly basis, right? The opportunity would be there, right? I'm not ready to say Kevin Knox is a starter small forward. No. What I will say though is if we can go get a guy like an Otto Porter, and I know he makes a lot of money. I know that, right? But he is a good defender, a good 3-point shooter, and he's always been surrounded by young cats, and you've never heard an odd word about Otto Porter not being professional. Healthy is one thing. Him not being healthy is one thing, but you've never heard a sideways word about Otto Porter Jr.
Other than he's not playing up to his contract, I agree.
Well, I think part of that has to do with coaching, man. These coaches around this league. So, Thibodeau tonight.
Hey, Freezy, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, man.
Yeah, I know. Cause that's a surprise for y'all. So, Thibodeau tonight.
Holla freaking Luya. Sherwin.
Yes, I'm here for once. Thanks for having me.
Do me a
Stephen
favor.
A. Fox.
Sherwin, welcome, first of all. It's nice to have you. Everyone's welcome here. Do me a favor, though.
Yes, I'm
Fix
here
your
for
camera
once.
so
Thanks
we
for
can see
having
your
me.
face. Frame it
Stephen A.
nice.
Fox.
Sherwin, welcome, first of all.
You got to turn off your YouTube. Just have StreamYard on.
Camera, so you can see your face. Frame it nice.
Okay, one thing done. Let's break that camera up a little more so we can see that handsome face of yours. Secondly, make sure just StreamYard's the only app you have open. So if you had YouTube up, either shut it down or put it on mute or pause it. So StreamYard should be the only thing up. Cool? Say hello. Sherwin? Sherwin, talk to me.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. First
Okay.
of all, so welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Fix that camera a little more so we can see you. We're just seeing the top of your head now. And the only one whose top of the head I like is an ex-girlfriend.
I just want to say what I have to say. I don't even need to be seen.
Why not? So let it rip, man.
Tonight's game plan was to force the Knicks to dribble and penetrate. RJ, again?
No, it's yours.
That is what.
Get into your flow, man. We won't interrupt. Take it.
RJ was trying to penetrate, but you, for some reason, think if he's penetrating and there's a triple team, I can't get in.
What do you mean? We hear you clearly. We hear you perfectly. Keep going, man.
Okay, I'm hearing myself. That's a problem. Okay.
We don't hear an echo. Fellas, you? No.
Okay.
No, you're good.
You're coming off clear, Sherwin.
But
you're coming off clear from a clarity, not that your argument is clear.
The guy was taking shots, but he was triple team. Did you hear what I just said?
Absolutely. I saw him getting trapped all the time, for sure.
Not even LeBron James with his big self is going to make constant triple teams.
Sherwin, we were waiting for you to enlighten us with this brilliance for all the trolling you're doing in the chat, and this is the game you're bringing to me?
Well, because I don't have the proper tools to chat with you.
No, you do. You're coming over beautifully clean.
Once you do it like this here, once you say what you're going to say, and then you take off your earphones, and then you listen, that might help.
Hey, Rob, how are you, my friend?
All right.
I'm only goofing, I definitely want to hear you. I've seen you for years in the chat, and we've talked for years in the chat together.
I'm currently using just my laptop.
That's
okay,
fine,
that'll work.
That'll work. Yeah, laptops are much better than phones, especially with StreamYard. It has gremlins.
Okay, Stephen A. Fox, if you let me speak, right?
I'm letting you speak.
Tonight's game was not RJ's fault. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, he shot for 1 for 9. He did what he had to do for sure.
No one is perfect. No one's going to make 10% every game. He had a bad shooting night because they were clogging the lane. It was the game plan. That driving will clog the lane up.
Yeah, but that's why people develop what, there's a term called a 3-level score. That if the paint is full, then you try your mid-range game, and then you try your 3 game. Earth to Sherwin.
RJ can score on every level except he's not a great 3-point shooter. He is a good mid-range shooter. But he's not going to hit the shots every night. Do you know who's the worst shooter?
I'm listening.
Do you know who's the worst shooter on the whole Knicks roster?
Julius Randle.
IQ has the lowest shooting percentage on the Knicks.
Okay. I don't know if you heard me say before that, he's not the sniper that everybody said he was.
I say he is. If RJ can go through a slump, he can too.
Well, like I said, his floaters are not dropping.
Hey,
shots
if
are not dropping.
RJ can go through a slump, he can too.
I agree with you. I'm not going to argue, Rob, because you always come out. No, your
That's
wisdom
just a
always.
point.
Nah, I respect your wisdom, man.
Yeah,
I do.
I just look at it like that. Yeah, he's right at the 30 game of college. He gonna reboot.
Hey, Rob, 1 second. I want to hear your takes, but I've been waiting to hear Sherwin.
Sure.
Come on, Sherwin. Bring it on, man. I want to hear, enlighten me.
Did anyone say anything to me while I was going?
No, we're waiting for Sherwin.
Hey, Big Kev, what's good?
Stephen A. Fox, do you know who's the worst shooter on the Knicks roster?
Are you going to say Quickley again?
Yes. Quickley is
Okay.
shooting.
I thought there was an echo.
Why is he getting so much run?
Well, he's not getting so much run lately. His minutes are
IQ shoots, but he never gets his teammate involved. He does that for an open man.
Hey, you're not hearing any arguments here. We agree that his floater from the foul line out is unacceptable. There was a couple of plays tonight that he needed a mid-range jump shot in the worst way. He's not getting other, but he's also a rookie. Like Rob said, he's a young kid. He's getting used to the speed of the game. RJ's been here. This is his second year, so Quickley's going through growing pains of the NBA, and we're seeing a couple of times he didn't take a big guy on the dribble. And if you're a guard in the NBA and you don't want to take a big guy on the dribble, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem, or in our case, New York, you got a problem. So, but
if I may say something,
please, Kev, take it.
But he's also one of the worst defenders in the NBA.
I'm not disputing it.
In the NBA? How would you know about the NBA?
Look at the stats.
In the whole NBA?
Yes. Yeah. IQ, Levine, and Beal are 3 of the worst defenders in the NBA.
Yeah. Hey, Sherwin, seriously, you're among friends here, so I want you to chill out. I want you to relax. So I don't want you to be nervous. I want you to relax, sit back, enjoy hanging out with your buddies here, and let it roll. So I don't want you to feel any stress. I want you to relax, seriously.
No, I was just.
No one's against you. We want to hear what you got to say, and that's the beauty of this.
IQ, Levine, and Beal are 3 of the worst defenders in the NBA. That's it.
Oh, okay. Man, don't say IQ in the same sense as Beal and Levine, man. Hey, is Levine on the All-Star team?
Should have been, yes.
Is Beal on the All-Star team?
Yo, Tony Crow, what's good? I see you in the chat. What's good, man?
Yo, you got to crow before you walk.
It's good. It was good.
They are one-way players.
Hey, so Rob and Nick, what does Chuck B have? He's got beef with you or something?
You say what?
Chuck B has beef with you or something? He and Chuck is in the chat trolling hard.
Oh yeah, we was beefing earlier.
Yeah,
That's the bromance of the century.
we see you out there, Chuck B. Chuck B love attention, man. Chuck, you want some attention? Come in the video chat.
What I was going to say is, I believe that the NBA and teams have figured out Quickley's floater.
Yeah.
And have decided, or not decided, but they've game planned or started a game plan for it. But the thing is, Quickley doesn't have anything else in his arsenal.
You don't know that yet.
I know it because I haven't seen it.
Okay, so that doesn't mean that he doesn't have it.
Well,
it
until
just
I
means
see
as though
it, that
you
means
didn't
he
see
doesn't have it.
Okay.
That's the thing about it. You got to show it for you to have it.
Okay, but to say that he doesn't, just say you didn't see it yet.
Until I see it, he doesn't have it.
Well, yeah, that's arbitrary. We can argue that, but
yeah,
it's another way. It's another way to say it to make you right.
I'm not trying to be right. I'm just saying he has not shown an ability. He has not shown an ability to do anything else efficiently.
Man, to be honest with you, I feel what y'all saying, but I think that the point of this thing is Tibbs is doing some things right and some things wrong. I think the young guys are in a weird flow of the game. They can't get into like a rhythm, and the vets are coming out. Like Alec Burks are coming out gunning. D-Rose coming out gunning. Like I'm gonna get mine. You know, if I'm coming off this bench, I'm coming to get mine. And you can tell by Florida. I mean, Quickley, because some of those shots that Quickley took was not like he was generating the offensive team. He was like the third option late in the shot clock, especially those baseline floaters that he threw up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all are saying when the floaters not going, some of that is high pressure shots late in the shot clock, and if they don't go, they don't go. You know what I'm saying? When the veterans put up those shots, we don't get anything. When the young guys do it, we want to nail them to the cross. I mean,
I agree 100% with you.
To me, it looks like we're being a little hypocritical. RJ Barrett can't shoot, but then we don't say anything about Elfrid Payton, and then we say Quickley's floater is off, but then Alec Burks is stinking at the joint. I mean, come on now, we can't continue to use the double standard, man. If you favor one side or the other, that's cool. I won't debate that with you. You know what I'm saying? If you favor the veterans over the kids or the kids over the veterans, I understand where you coming from. You have that side. That's what you like. I'm not going to dispute you on it. You know what I'm saying? But if we're saying we're going to be critical of everybody and just pick on RJ, when Elfrid Payton threw up absolute bricks tonight, you know what I'm saying? It's not fair. RJ Barrett stunk up the joint. You know, let's not get it twisted. And he stunk up the joint, and I'm frustrated and I'm mad that he hadn't improved. He's going through these weird ups and downs. I'm frustrated with RJ Barrett, right? Almost to a point where I'm like, Tim, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to let RJ Barrett struggle like this? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't just say that about RJ Barrett and then watch Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, and Alec Burks just build mansions.
He still shot 42% tonight, Payton. I'm not in any Payton bandwagon, but he still shot 42% for the game.
If I may say something to on Freeze's behalf, we came on here and we said RJ stuck up the joint, right? RJ took the 5th most shots tonight. The 5th most shots. Nobody said you didn't come on here and say Alec Burks came up here and stunk up the joint tonight. That wasn't the first thing you said. The first thing was RJ Barrett. Nobody you said, and again, as I said, he might have shot 42%.
No, Burks shot 30% tonight.
No, I'm talking about Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, 42.
Elfrid Payton shot 42%. But if you say you got 20 points off 19 shots, if I said it that way, does that sound efficient? Does that sound like you shot 42%?
I'm with you. I'm with you. But we're such an offensively challenged team. We'll take 20 points from anyone on certain nights, man. I got a question for Sherwin from the chat. Ghetto Intellect wants you to talk about trade value when you're under the cap.
Huh?
Did you hear me, Sherwin?
Mhm.
Ghetto Intellect wants you to talk about. You must have been mentioning this in the chat earlier. Talk about trade value when you're under the
Yes,
cap.
what he doesn't understand is you just cannot.
No one's interrupting
Yo,
you. And there's not many things that Ghetto Intellect doesn't understand, so you better make sure your facts are there because he's a master. So
To do
take it.
trades, you need to go to a website called realgm.com.
I heard realgm.com, but I didn't hear you validating what the question was or addressing the question.
That'll tell you how a trade can be made. You cannot make a trade to a team. He was talking about the Knicks. He was talking about the Knicks trading with a team who's over the salary cap.
Who, Ghetto Intellect?
Yes.
Okay.
You cannot trade with a team over the cap unless you're giving up equal value.
Okay, that's a valid point, no doubt. Yep. Okay, anything else? I want to give you your platform, Sherwin. I've seen you, like I
hey
said,
man,
we've
hey,
talked.
so check me out, man. So I was talking about the young kids versus the vets. I don't know what Sherwin is what the hell is going
No,
on.
I was trying to teach.
This is
I was trying to tell
real.
him how a trade can be made.
So we just changed the subject. I was talking about one thing, and we just don't.
Freezy, you know that I'm all about the team kids, okay? I'm all about kids first. If they try to out a lineup of Mitch, Obi, Knox, RJ, and Quickley, I would be the happiest person in Knicks fandom. Okay? If I didn't have to see Bullock or Burks or Peyton anymore, or Taj or Nerlens Noel, I'd be happy. Happy, ecstatic. Bring Iggy back for all I care. Because
Right.
he is killing it in the G League. Killing it.
Who, Iggy?
Yes.
He's killing it offensively, but if you watch him, I shake my head and I'm like, man, I don't think that guy could play defense against first-team NBAers.
Right.
Here's
I
how
agree
bad.
with Foxy on that.
Here's how bad Burks and Bullocks are. We all know that Steph Curry can't play defense, like at all. That he's a weak link defensively. Say what you want. Guessing who his matchup whenever they were in the game? Burks and Bullock. You wanna know why? I'm gonna put the weakest link on the player that's not doing anything. And I know that Reggie Bullock is gonna stand in this corner and do nothing. And Burks is gonna exit himself out. So yes, Freezy, and as you know, am all about playing these kids, right? I think that it's hypocritical that these veterans don't have to look over their shoulder. These veterans aren't playing 13 minutes a game, getting yanked out whenever they make a mistake of going to Cold Street.
And they ain't even gonna
They don't
be
have to
here
worry
next
about
year.
that. But Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley can only play 13 minutes a game, and they get yanked out with this first time they do something wrong. But if I see another fourth quarter turnover by Alec Burks, I'm going to yank up my goatee.
And
Or another missed layup by
I
Alfred
don't know
Payton.
if I'm gonna implode or explode. You know what I'm saying? When I see, because I'm frustrated with the fact that our veterans, the guy that kids trust to pull out these close games, fail down the stretch, right? And the kids are watching. So you're like, the kids are like, okay, I'm watching this mess, and there's nothing that I can do.
Freezy, you called it a number of weeks ago, man. We don't have a closer on this team.
No, man.
And you called it.
And the frustrating thing is that opposing teams want that player to be RJ Barrett, right? Because of how they defend Julius Randle, right? And people are going to dispute that because people dispute everything, right? But late in games, the game plan is get the ball out of the point guard's hands by some exotic defense. When it goes to Julius Randle, trap him or double team him and make some other player, RJ Barrett or Reggie or Alec Burks, be the person to make
Whoever
the
he kicks it out to, yeah, let them beat you.
Right. And so, and I know this, man, we've seen this since December. Right. We've seen this since December. Get the ball out of the point guard stand. Ensure that it goes to Randall, double team Randall, and make these fourth and fifth option players beat you. And they can't. And the frustrating thing is, so if we know, so it's almost March. We know these guys can't do it. Why are we still having them on the floor instead of giving that experience to OB or Kevin Knox? Because in my opinion, there's no difference between losing by 8 and losing by 13. There's no difference, right? There's no difference. I mean, this loss tonight frustrated me, man, because Golden State legit came out and gave us their best shot, and we were only down by 1. I mean, Draymond Green hitting threes, Kent Bazemore hitting corner threes.
Open.
I mean, they gave us their best shot, and we were only down by 1 when we were bricking, right? And then we could get our offense on track in order to. We should have blew these guys out tonight. We won this game by 20. Instead, we played a close game late in the fourth quarter. We lose by 8. That's not indicative of what the game was like down the stretch, right? But I'm frustrated because, you know, we're going to say RJ Barrett shouldn't be in the place where we want him to be at. But Elfrid Payton scored 20 points tonight on 19 shots. And 4 of those came from the free throw line. Right? I'm frustrated with that. It's time for Tom Thibodeau to make a move. Because clearly with these vets, we are not a 500 team, Tom Thibodeau. And don't tell me we're a 500 team when we're not. Every time we get to one game within 500, we lose, and then we lose 3 in a row and go back to 3 or 4 games under 500. That's who we are right now under Tom Thibodeau with this current strategy. And then this joker lied and said there would be changes coming, right? And I'm thinking about doing some things with the lineup. You know, we discussed such and such. And then we get out here, and then we see Alec Burks kicking the ball out of bounds late in the fourth quarter. This is beyond frustrating. It's beyond frustrating. And then people will say, well, everything's in the lineup for defense. Really? Steph Curry scored 37. What's Elfrid Payton in the lineup for? His scoring now? His scoring is why he's in the lineup, really? Because his defense wasn't there tonight at all. The perimeter defense sucked tonight, right? And the easy thing would be to blame the kids. Well, if RJ would have been such and such better, if Quickley would have been such and such better. How, when you have an 8-year veteran at point guard, the starter, and then the dude former league MVP, you know what I'm saying, dude 11 years in the league, as the second unit point guard, you can't blame everything on the kids.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
There's no. Here's the thing. There's no accountability on the fans or the media, because the fans are just so happy. They're just so elated because they're playing competitive basketball instead of getting blown out every night. They're so over the moon that this team is competitive, and they're like, "Oh, it's baby steps. It's baby steps. You got to crawl before you walk. You got to play these close games before you get good." That is malarkey, to quote Joe Biden.
Rob, we're coming to you in a sec, Rob. You're going to take it in a sec.
Because it's just giving Tom Thibodeau an excuse to just do whatever you want. The media is just in love because of what they've gone through and what they've had to cover over the last couple of years. So they see competitive basketball, and they just think we're NBA on our way to being NBA champions or something. No, stop it. Stop it, Knicks fans. You're happy being mediocre. And I, who said this team is going to make the playoffs the entire season, okay, am still not happy of being mediocre because I expect better. I don't expect to be mediocre. I don't want mediocre. Mediocre is the Orlando Magic. They're mediocre. They've been the 7th, 8th seed for like 5 years in a row or something. Is that what y'all want? Because you keep playing these veterans and not taking the time out to develop the kids that are actually going to be here, that's what you're going to have. Mediocrity. Because guess what? Kawhi Leonard's not coming here. These superstar players that y'all want, these Levines and Bradley Beals, they're not coming. And
At least not a free agency. The only way we're going to get one is in a trade, and we're going to have to pay a heavy tax.
And you're talking about the draft. The draft. You can't even. You guys, don't listen. Don't
make your point. Don't be making a point for everybody else.
No, this is my point. Because
you talk about everybody else?
The fans say we're going to draft. But this regime just drafted 2 players, right? One of them has yet to play 20 minutes a game. The other one, leash is getting shorter and shorter. So you go ahead and keep talking about this draft all you want to. Be on the bench getting DNPs too. Go ahead, Rob.
I was about to say, Rob, I love you, man. Give us some wisdom. Bring us back to reality. I love your takes and take your time.
Yeah, man,
the floor is yours for as long as you want it.
Hey, look, man. Chill,
hey, just one
man.
thing. Just one thing before you get into it. Chuck said that you soak your gum in Henny. Is there a truth to that?
See. Oh yeah, we've been going back and forth.
He said Rob soaks his gum in Henny, and I was about to say I got to try that shit.
Wow.
Kev is the locker room attendant at Sing Sing. He's the captain of the body search, the cavity search.
I thought I heard an echo. Take it, Rob. It's all yours, man.
Okay, look, man. Look, calm down. Look, everybody is getting their minutes. They turn in the curb. Look, Bullock is not winning no games. Your boy Burke, he's not winning any games. So therefore, it's just a matter of time. Let's see where the teams lands. It's not every day knock Tibbs, because if you come in at Tibbs right now, you're really just being ignored, being to the season that they had last year. So you can come at them any type of way that you want to. Long as these boys see floor time, doesn't have to be 20 minutes as a rookie. Nobody said that a rookie is guaranteed 20 minutes. Nobody says that. And that doesn't mean as though that they're not developing. I understand it all comes back to the way that you want to see things done. And it's not going to be done that way, so you might as well just get used to it. It's going to be done with a mixture of everything, and that's all we've been seeing. It's a mixture. It ain't been heavy rookies. It ain't been heavy veterans. It's been a mixture of everything, and it's producing wins. At the bottom line, if they don't make the playoffs, it's all right. If they do make the playoffs, it's all right. But you don't look at the coach after what we went through last year, and the first thing that you want to do is point at him. You sound like a fool. Because really what's going on, it's not to your liking. We get it, Kev. We get it. We get it. We all get it. But whatever's happening now, it's we're winning. And at the end of the day, our 26-year-old player, is an all-star. At the end of the day, Barrett is still on the floor. Doing bad games is just that. Okay, your boy don't make it like that. Everybody is not going to be like that. If you're going to interest to winning, you have to win. And the way you're talking about it, we're not going to win. But then you think down the line, sooner or later, that we're going to win. But suppose the rookies don't have it and we'll never get it. You still waste the season playing them. So let them come along at a slower pace. It's no problem. Because going at the Thibodeau every night from the way that he's doing it, just because you don't like it in the way that you're going to see it be and everything, well, it's not like that. Because playing with an all-star on your team, I don't care what nobody say. Somebody wants to play with an all-star. Sooner or later, it might not be this year, might not be next year. But sooner or later, you keep on winning, you're going to get an all-star. Nobody is coming to New York. Brooklyn is part of New York. And they got 3 of the top 5 players in the league playing in New York. Dolan done set up. Dolan doesn't
You
shut up
know
a
what
long.
I mean
Wait,
when
hold
I
on,
say
Kev.
that.
Hold on, Kev.
No, because you just gave
No,
me a
Kev, hold on.
whole. You
I
just said
know I'm
this ain't
Kev. I
about
know
Brooklyn.
Hey, Kev. Look, let me go, Kev.
You just
Let me
compared the
go.
Nets to the
Let
Knicks.
me go, Kev.
Let
Go ahead,
him.
Rob. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
his
because
flow,
you
man.
know you're
Don't
wrong
miss
for
his
that.
flow.
Oh, look. Like I said, it's just the way. Look, Dolan is staying out the way. They're doing it the first year. You don't have to believe it, but one thing that you do is see is that they're trending in the right direction, and that's wins. Now, if you say you don't just like the way to do it because all the rookies are not being played, that's a personal problem, Kev. Because at the end of the day, we're winning games. And that's what counts more than anything, to win games. Burke is not no main contributor, and Book is not no main contributor in no wins. So therefore, if they holding it down defensively, because on the station, that's all they say. We might not like it, how they doing it, because certain players are not playing. Hey, step your game up. You'll get out there at the end of the day. If he got Quickley working on things that he think that he needs to work on, okay, it's enough of the floater. I want to see something else. Okay, Quickley is maybe trying to figure it out now to get to the next level, but at least he's out there, and that's all that counts. It's a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say with that. As far as the victory was concerned today, I looked at it as though, okay, yeah, we playing Golden State for the second time. What are really the odds we was going to really beat them twice? The Knicks in the fourth quarter gave that game away by missing layups. That was it. They missed right at the basket layups. Rose missed about 4. Peyton missed about 2. They lost the game themselves. It wasn't nothing spectacular that Golden State was doing. It was what we did. We lost the game. It was look, Thibodeau wasn't out there missing the layups. The players missed it, and it cost them a win. I'm comfortable with that. I see where the loss was at. It wasn't no complaining who's on the floor, who's doing this, and who's doing that. At the end of the day, they're a team first. They win like a team, they lose like a team. Now with 2 games back under 500, we got Indiana and we got the Kings, our next 2 games. Get back at it. Not blaming anybody. Keep the ball bouncing. The bottom line. That's it. We both know they garbage. But what do they if they're garbage, you got to really think that what they really think about your boy.
Yeah.
Because that's a statement on him.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Let me say hello to the chat before I do. Hey, Sherwin, did you write that? You don't drink or smoke?
Neither one.
Well, I heard your takes. Maybe you should start. So, Ghetto Intellect as always, man. Sima Singh, I call him the conscious, man. Burks had so many easy misses, and he turns the ball over every possession, man. He rips your heart out. I agree. YouTube watcher, Mike H. Stop Videos, Jamie Peralta.
I'm gonna get off this line right now, right? Because Stephen A. Smith's Fox.
Say that again. I see that you said you heard 3 voices.
You're very disrespectful, and another day and time I will knock you the hell out. So I'm gonna say good night.
Yeah, it's easy to say, hard to do. You'd eat my ass before you knock it out. You beat it. So, hey, man, you've been trolling everybody for a long time. I was gracious. I brought you in here and giving you a platform, but you didn't say anything. Everybody in the chat saying the stuff you're saying, you're changing the goalpost, you're moving the goalpost and everything else, but don't be saying the other stuff, man.
Doughboy, shut the hell up.
But Sherman, man, you should know a little bit more about basketball before you jump on here.
Yeah.
It sounds like you don't really know what you're talking about.
Not that I don't know more about basketball. I cannot articulate because I'm hearing 3 things at once.
Maybe you should take some pills for that.
Get it fixed. That's a you problem. That's not our problem. You came on like that. We tried to tell you how to fix it. It looked like you got YouTube and StreamYard going at the same time.
And
if I'm speaking normally, I let people.
Keep going.
Like I'm hearing three different things at once, so I don't know how to overcome.
Look up there in the corner. Look up there in your left corner. You should see it should say YouTube and StreamYard. Push the X on the one that says YouTube. Look up in your left corner.
Okay.
All right, you see it?
It's not allowing me to push the X.
Well, you know, that's what everybody else does is
just shut down that browser. You should only have one browser open.
Yeah,
and that
you
should
got
be
two
StreamYard.
browsers going.
I think it's clearer now. I think I just did it.
Okay, so now you can speak your piece.
So speak your piece.
Stephen A. Fox, you came on tonight disrespecting RJ because he was trying to drive, penetrate, and get easy layups. Golden State Warriors defense tonight was set up to make it impossible for anyone to drive to the basket. They were collapsing the lane.
And that's why you have 3-level scorers. So when they take that away from you, you hit your mid-range, and then you hit your other shots.
Yes, but no one was hitting the mid-range shots tonight. No one. RJ is, if you really want to know, RJ's game, he's a bully. He needs room to bully people. He cannot play the three because he cannot bully threes. He needs to play smaller players. They could back them down and bully them. That's his game. RJ is not a three. He's a bully. He's a smaller version of Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo should have never been a three based on his size, but he cannot bully power forwards. So he played the three. RJ is the same thing. He's a bully to guard.
Did he bully Simmons?
No one's Ben Simmons is the best defender in the NBA.
Okay.
Tonight the Warriors put Wiggins on him. Wiggins is ranked as the number 9 best defender in the NBA.
You're spouting out all these facts, but I'm trying to get, and I'm saying this in a respectful way, I'm trying to get something tangible that I could hold on to. I don't know the points you're trying to make, man.
I'm trying to say your point is ridiculous. You came on yelling and screaming and hating RJ Barrett because he didn't do exactly what you want. It wasn't possible tonight. He went up against a team that was geared to stop him.
But Sherman, didn't you say that out of these last 13 games that we was going to only win 2?
I did.
All right, so now what you got to say about that?
I'll tell you what happened. Players got hurt on other teams, and New York Knicks brought in a player like D Rose.
But you said that be why D Rose, he already had a game or 2.
No, that was before that's before they got D Rose.
We have to go back and search that one because I think
D Rose. They got D Rose.
I think D Rose done already played about 1 or 2 games when you said that.
Not only that, said that they could only win 2. If you check the matchup, next 6 games, the Knicks could lose them all. There's no favorable matchup for the Knicks. But because
yet,
of their hard,
but yet look where they at.
Right.
If it was up to you, they would have probably won 4 games.
No,
right?
I'm realistic. They're winning based on the coach's defense. They're not winning based on talent. They're not talented enough to win any of those games. Other teams are more talented. The Knicks is the 3rd least talented team in the NBA.
And you get that from where?
From looking at the players and what they're capable of.
Voices in his head.
The only reason why the Knicks did Minnesota not beat the Knicks because they have lazy players who don't play defense.
So they got to be the worst team in the league. Then.
No, they're not lazy. If they get a coach who forces them out to play defense, if I'm coaching Minnesota, I'm going to run a zone the whole game because those guys do not like to play defense.
Well, then that won't help them if they don't have the mentality to play defense. Whether it's a zone or man to man, you're not going to play.
I coach when I set up a zone is set up. It's a job you have to do. Like for instance, I run a 1-3-1. My center, he controls the back lane. That's his job. If the ball goes to the right, he runs to the right. If it goes to the right, my power forward, I have him sit in the middle. He acts like the center. If it's up top, I have my small forward and the shooting guard to the right.
So you playing a shift in defense.
That's a trap zone.
Yeah, but it's still shifting.
But
all you swing the ball.
When you have players who are not capable of playing zone man-to-man, who's not playing man-to-man, you set up a zone benefit them. That's what you do. Minnesota is the worst defensive team in the NBA.
I thought it was us.
Huh?
I thought we was the worst team.
We're the best defensive team in the NBA. Minnesota is the worst. Chicago is the second worst. And Washington is the third worst.
Okay, so it comes to the fact of this here. What you think about defense and offense? Because just because you may be lacking offensively doesn't mean that you can't win games.
Don't win games. Defense win games.
Exactly. So the Knicks should have more than 4 wins.
That's why they're winning. They're winning because of defense, not because of talent.
So you should have known that when you made that statement.
No, because what teams do to counteract the New York Knicks? If they run a good zone defense on the Knicks, they stop them.
You just said defense wins.
Right.
So therefore, no matter what you play, look, there's 3 aspects what the Knicks is going to do. They're going to outwork you every game. They're going to outwork you. They might not most of the time, they're going to keep the game so at a low score, whereas though their defense is going to help them win. So all of this is what's been happening so far.
Teams that beat the Knicks run a zone on the Knicks.
But look, not every team.
The Knicks have one shooter.
Not every team that played the zone beat the Knicks. If you watch what Miami did to the Knicks, that's really a 1-3-1 trapping defense. But look, and they only won by 2 points. Them games could have went either way.
As far as there was another game RJ didn't show up.
As far as I'm concerned, Miami is as close to the Knicks as possible when it comes to
our
talent.
record is better than theirs.
Right. Miami's not winning because of talent. They're winning because of great defense.
That took them to the championship. So what's your point?
That's my point.
No, your point is we can't beat nobody, but then we play great defense. And then we switch back.
My point is we're not above any of those teams. We can lose to any of them.
Hey,
we're not more talented than anyone.
We never carried the banner that said that we couldn't lose. We just grateful when we win.
No, but I'm trying to tell you guys we are capable of losing to all these teams.
But don't you think we know that?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't think you guys know. You guys act like the Knicks are going to win every game.
No, we don't. We don't sit here and say that. We sit here and we break down what we see every night. We never break down and say that we're going to win every game.
I sit here and listen to Uncle Free said, I think the Knicks are going to win the next 8 games.
Well, so you say they're going to lose the next 3 and they wind up winning.
No, you should say the Knicks. You should say the Knicks are capable of winning the next 8 games. But based on talent, if another team knows how to scheme for the Knicks, they're not going to win.
But look, he didn't say definitely. He said they can. And our record says just like this here. Most of the time we walk into the arena out of 30 games, we 50%. We winning 50% of the games.
Let me just say what I think. When I see matchup like Washington, Chicago, or Minnesota, in my head, that's a win. Every other team can beat the Knicks.
Because the Knicks can also beat them. They beat Boston. They beat the Bucks.
Milwaukee. Yeah.
They beat
we beat them, but if you look at talent, we're not supposed to beat them.
Okay, but we did. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of this. Finish up your
100% guaranteed I'm going to Vegas to bet. We never said that.
Yeah, I'm not going to sacrifice the show tonight, man. I'm going to need some of Rob's Henny to understand anything you're saying. So, Sherwin, once you say your good nights, thank you for finally coming on after all the years of hearing you troll. And go back.
Steven, you have to stop being disrespectful.
No, I'm telling like it is.
You're being very much disrespectful.
Then I'm being very much disrespectful. Tough. Your takes, you're not saying anything that anybody understands.
Yeah,
so,
but is an internet troll because in my face, you won't talk to me like that.
I know. You're a tough guy. I know.
No, I'm not a tough guy. But in my face, if you talk to me like that, you'll be looking for your teeth.
I know.
You have to be. I'm telling you as a man, be respectful.
All right. I'm being respectful. I'm being respectful that your takes suck. And that it's not entertaining to me to listen to somebody that I keep scratching my head.
Do you hear me call you a big, fat, nasty-looking jerk?
No, I could. My wife does that. I don't need you to tell me that.
Because I'm respectful.
I know you're respectful. You're respectful every time we see you in the chat, always being negative and always saying stuff about everybody. Yeah, you're really respectful.
I have never said negative stuff about anyone.
And especially when you're hearing those three voices in your head.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm.
I was hearing three voices on the computer.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm sorry. I thought you forgot your medicine for the night. I'm sorry.
You're an asshole. I wish I could meet you on the street.
I know.
A drink.
Okay.
know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Hey, once you have a good night, Sherwin.
No, you're gonna have a good fat ass night.
Ooh. So it was good to finally meet you. Take care. God bless. All that other good stuff. Come on, we have a show here. You know, we want to put on some entertainment, not stuff where everybody has to start drooling because they just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That boy, he crazy.
Steven, where can I meet you? Tough guy.
What? You want to go on a date?
Where can I meet you on a date?
I don't go that way, man. I'm sorry.
Where can I meet you on a date?
Hey guys.
Hey, man, come on. We're all adults.
You don't know how I will find your name, your full name, and I'll track you down. I will get to you.
Yeah, I know. And you're gonna play some Boys to Men in the background, I bet.
Sir.
So,
hey,
Freezy, if you're on, take this guy out. So, hey, you're judging the wrong dude, man. You judge. Yeah. Man, so
he exactly what I thought he was.
Yeah, he's a schmuck. So, hey, but we gave the opportunity. That's what Blarn's Tears is all about. We give an open thing, but if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. We'll kick your ass right off if you're not making any sense, because we're trying to put on some entertainment for people. But we gave him an opportunity, and you know,
he don't drink, he don't smoke,
and maybe he should start.
But cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I don't know what the dude was talking about, but damn.
I think we can probably get back to normal.
Yeah, let's talk about our hoops now. And. Sherwin could go back to the chat and do what he normally does. Talk stupid shit.
Yeah, he's a big time. I was surprised he showed up.
Yeah, I was surprised, but he made as much sense in live on the video chat that he does in the chat. So later, schmuck. So all right,
man.
So I don't know what the dude was talking about, but he's a joke, man. You know. So Bullock sucked tonight.
It's obvious.
Burke sucked tonight.
They didn't
play. They didn't play. Quick looked like his confidence was going. There was a couple times like you thought he was going to put up the three, and then he got that look on his face like, "Ooh, I better take it back." And he held up the shot and he passed it off. So Taj, I don't mean anything, man. I know he was a plus 10, 8 points, 2 for 3. He had 11 rebounds, but we need a 5, man. Well, hopefully we can get back. Mitch as soon as possible. And like I said, statistically, we weren't that bad, man. If you look at it, with Mitch being out, we had points in the paint. We beat him 50-44. We beat him 56-41 on rebounds. So, you know, it's one of those games, man. At least we saw Steph. You know, you hate to lose, but man, when you see somebody that's special, and God is, and also Draymond, man, he changed that power forward position. His IQ is off the chart. But we did see some things, man. We saw like Quickley should be playing off ball. I think put the pressure on D Rose, let him be the point, let him dribble the ball, and the one 3 he did hit was playing off the ball tonight. So I think, you know, he's more comfortable. He has less to think about if he just has to shoot and doesn't have to dribble and doesn't have to do that other stuff.
That's why, like I said, that whole Rose and Peyton thing, backcourt just does not work. Because neither one of them can shoot like Quickley can when he's on. For him to be playing off ball. For either one of them to be playing off ball. And it seems like to me, I don't know if it's by design or by play call, but I think Rose is a more natural facilitator than Elfrid Payton is. But Elfrid Payton, when they're on the court together, Elfrid Payton is the ball handler. That's something I don't like personally. I think
but he kills the pace the minute he gets on it.
Yeah, that's what I said. If they're going to be on the court together, I would rather have. Well,
You laughing at what Chuck is saying again?
No, my boy C Max said, I wonder how Sherm got on StreamYard using AOL.
Because it was hard saying some stuff because Charles B was saying some great stuff about you and some Asian ladies. I love my Chuck. So
Freeze, are you there? I don't know if Freeze
Yep.
is here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, what that was the first of something. What was that the first of?
I don't even know what they call that.
That was the first of something. I don't know what to call it though, but it was definitely the first.
hey, it's good entertainment. So what the hell? But
Hey,
all
y'all
things
fellas
must
all
come
right,
to a
man?
pass. Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
Yeah, we good.
we real good,
Okay.
but we were even better now.
Okay.
that we have some clarity and some sense in here. So
Yeah,
hey,
man.
like take a
I'm
freeze.
sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, man, the main thing we want to do is make sure we maintain continuity and make sure everybody be safe and all that stuff. And sometimes things just get twisted when you try to give somebody a chance. So, no,
Hey, we gave him a chance. He just didn't deliver.
yeah.
Yeah, when you troll like that and then you get on and then you don't have nothing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
it was hilarious.
Yeah, man. So I apologize, man.
No, you don't. Yeah, what are you apologizing for?
Yeah, that was man. That was fun. He was just like he just could. He
Hey,
had
Freezy, you
most
know
of
I'm a
his.
Bronx boy, so you think that was the first time I ever heard shit like that in my life?
No, man. But you know, I trust, man. You know, I trust y'all, man. So
Yeah. Hey,
I know y'all know.
you can't do this gig, and I'm sure you and others eventually you're going to get some people that are that are not going to be talking with you. You're going to be saying stuff that you're trying to be cool, you're trying to be respectful, you're trying to be nice, but it's hard sometimes after that when you're trying to do that and all the other stuff that they say day in day night. Knicks morning show, Knicks at night, Legion of Knicks podcast, Ron Cleveland's podcast, Sims
Right.
podcast. It's the song remains the same as Led Zeppelin would say. So
Right. Yeah.
and,
Hey, Kev, you good?
Chuck B is
isn't
something wrong with Chuck.
Isn't he wonderful? Chuck V said, Rob said he only drink to keep from drinking.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Like, I'm trying to maintain being serious, and
Hey,
here I go reading Chuck. And I think Chuck is like one of them extras on like Life. Like you're trying to make a scene, but he always joking. You got to do outtakes. Like a movie with Chuck, the outtakes would be hilarious.
Yeah, well, all the takes are hilarious in my book with Chuck, man. Chuck is from the planet Chuck, man. It's just one of a kind. Oh, so let's see. Just pseudonym Shipe again. Hey, one of the things I haven't done today, and just from is please. We're always trying to put on entertainment, and you got some special entertainment tonight. So show some love for Freezy and show some love for the old Sly Fox by hitting those like, subscribe, and remind the bells so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night, Knicks Morning Drive broadcast. Please share this link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Blarence Tears family. Thanks again for getting us over 1,340 subscribers. 1,500 here we come. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the best mods on the planet, Sima Singh, Bodega Wi-Fi, the new Knicks. We appreciate all you do. So, Delano Steele, Anarchy. That's my middle name, Anarchy. So, let's see, RC Creative. Yep, I'm not going to even mention that name any longer, but appreciate everybody's support. And like I said, this is your show. Please let us know the topics, the questions you have in the chat. And, we try to keep the show as entertaining as possible. Sometimes you have some crazy moments, and sometimes you don't. So just got to roll with it and keep going and just have a smile on your face and realize life is good and life is good. So stop it video said Chuck hates two things in life, Rob and Quickley. And I got to disagree with you. He may hate Quickley, but I know he don't hate Rob. You know, a part of that is a Bronx term called shtick. it's a great gimmick, but Rob is good people, and Chuck knows that, and a lot of it's so much of a goof. So
our next game is against Sacramento, correct?
that is correct, and we're going to be seeing Tyrese Halliburton, the person that we could have had.
I mean, if you had Halliburton, you wouldn't have Quickley. So
why? They're two different players.
They are technically the same type of. If you had drafted Halliburton, you're not going to turn around and draft another point guard.
Why? Do you think we have great guards on this team?
I mean, no, but in just thinking logically, would you do that?
I would if we had the mediocre talent that we do. And if I was picking 25 and they felt very strongly that this guy, like I said to you, I've always, watching Quick a lot, I see him more as a 6-man coming off the bench, Lou Will type. Maybe he'll grow into a starter. But I see, I didn't see him obviously at the level of a Halliburton. Halliburton was my pick at the draft.
But you would have still needed another guard with Halliburton because at the end of the day, he only been to the line 8 times, and playing in the East is different to the West. It's too physical. We'd have probably broke him up by now. He'd have been broke up by now.
Well, we'll find out by the end of the season, but
no, I'm just saying, but the East style of play, the West will save you. The West will save you. It's up and down. You can get out there on the open run. In the East, he would have had to attack the basket. It's a lot. He couldn't sit out there with Buddy Hield and them and hang out on the 3-point line when he's not making a play. You can't do that in Thibodeau's rotation. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And plus, he doesn't have a De'Aaron Fox to play off of here.
Exactly. True. And that helps. That 3-guard lineup, that helps him. And especially him being young. It really helps him.
Elfrid Payton. It's a big drop-off. A huge drop-off between De'Aaron Fox and Elfrid Payton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton's special, though. I felt it very strongly.
But do you feel like Obi Toppin can be special?
No, I don't.
Oh, wow, really?
I think he's a tweener, and I think he can be I think he can be maybe an effective role player, but I don't think he can handle true 4s, and I think he's too slow for 3s. So.
Hey, they said Sherwood is about to spend the next 5 months visiting every Stephen Fox in New York City.
There's a Stephen Fox in Brooklyn who's like saying, I don't know. I was minding my business. This dude just came up and punched me in my nose, man. I don't know what the hell's going on, man.
You look like that guy on the show.
I was minding my business, and the next thing you know, I got punched in the face by this guy. And he just came up and he was real nice. He said, "Hi, are you Stephen Fox?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm Stephen Fox." Next thing I know, I got slugged. So, so that ain't shit, man.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Chuck said, "Rob, I got 3 posts."
What am I guy Chuck
Hey,
say?
so what you gonna do, Kev? Kev, you just gonna read his?
Yes, because Chuck is hilarious.
Well, I've been sending up some too.
Oh God, I don't know.
You better go back. We've been going at it back and forth.
What? I can't the drink. I'm about to kill me. I can't do this.
The sound Delano still. That sounds like the Terminator going through the phone book looking for Sarah Connor. Yeah, you ain't lying, Delano. So, oh no, Sherwin might put a voodoo on me. Oh no, it won't be the first one. That's the good point. I've had a lifetime of voodoo. So, if either I'm immune or I just roll with it. So that's the good part. So, let's see. So, fellas in the chat and everything, talk to us, man. Let us know what's on your mind besides that other stuff. Knicks. You want to talk Knicks? We talk Knicks. You want to talk music? You want to talk life? You want to talk baseball? You want to talk football? You know, we're cool. Yo, State, how are you? Randall's mom's talking. Shake my hand. Randall makes me feel stupid. Yeah, that was a really nice moment when he looked up Randall and saw his mom. That was really, he had a real special smile on tonight. And you could see that years and years and years of hard work, years and years of whether coming back from a broken leg in his rookie season, you know, the carnage that he had to deal with between fans and media from his spins from hell in the paint last year, and he just had this real joyous smile tonight. And then when he looked up and he saw his mom, that was really special, and loved it. So I really really liked that. So let's see. It was the first game with fans. So even
Yeah.
though it was a small amount, it was enough that you could hear it. And let's see, it was also really, really nice for Randall when he came out before the game and he said some words to the first fans and they started chanting MVP. Those are moments that he'll never forget for the rest of his life, you know, and it was special. So, and let me look at this. I have a couple of stats I wanted to bring up tonight. So we're still in first in terms of opponents' points, 103.5. First on 43% on holding our opponents' field goal percentage. First in our opponent's 3-point percentage at 32%. And our defensive rating were 108. The thing that people don't realize is that the Warriors are sixth. The Warriors are a very good defensive team. So, and prior to tonight, the first four games with Rose and Quickley, they played 81 minutes together and they were a plus 52. Quickley averaged 16 points per game, 44% from three. Rose averaged 13 points per game, 4 assists. Combined, our bench outscored our opposition by 75 points. The last two games, though, 22 minutes together, we were a negative 28. Quickley 7 points per game, 1 for 6. Rose 4 points per game, and our bench was outscored by 24. So they started off strong, and unfortunately, it did not do that well. So it was funny. They didn't give stats so far. I was looking for the stats. I didn't see on second chance points tonight and a few other things. Usually when Tibbs speaks during his press conference, they give those stats. So, and yeah. Hey, Wiggins is a pretty nice ball player, man. I know he's a guy that took a lot of stuff, but his game, he's really improved, especially on defense too.
You
He had
know,
16 points. He was a plus 16 for tonight. 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Take it, Kev.
no, I was going to say something that Kelly Oubre said. I guess after the reporters, he said that his first 2-3 years, um, everyone thought that he was garbage. And all he did was work hard and practice and every day to become a better player. And he said that he sees a lot of kids in New York that should be doing the same thing. That is a quote from Kelly Oubre. Don't know who he's referring to. Just saying, why would he bring that up? I don't know, but he did. I'm on Twitter, so just reading some quotes by Kelly Oubre tonight.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on what he said? You know, your interpretation, or you have any speculation what he meant?
Um, I mean, he didn't play early in his career. If you look at Kelly Oubre's career, I think he averaged 3, 6, and then like 10. So I'm assuming he's talking to probably a player who wears number 20. Assuming that just keep working and your time will come.
Yeah, like you said, his rookie season 3.7 points a game. Second year 6.3, 11.8, 15.2. Then went down to 12.9, 16.9, 18.7, and this year so far 15. So he has gotten better except for one season, and his 3-point shooting went from 32% in his first year, 29%, 34%, 32%, 31%, 33%, 35%, 32%. So
This is an okay-ish shooter.
yeah. You know, it was weird, Kev, that when Kevin Knox came out, you know, they always do the player comparisons. The player they compared him to was Kelly Oubre, a lot of the things. So
I've heard different comparisons with Kevin. I've heard Tobias Harris. I've heard like Kelly Oubre. I've heard a lot of different players. It's my hope he figures it out, and he figures it out in a Knicks jersey. And like I guess it's been said, different players they just develop at their own pace. But with Wiggins, you know what is right? I don't even want to know.
they're saying Chuck is a cross-dresser by night.
What is going on? When did it become the Knicks at Apollo?
Charlene B.
Oh Lord have mercy! Got it. Made my soul. I'm laughing and coughing. Y'all trying to kill me. Y'all are not gonna kill me tonight. This is what y'all not gonna do.
Yeah.
Wiggins. I don't know. I think he got a bad rap after the whole Thibodeau fallout.
I think that it was too much for him that he wasn't a number one, but coming in like that, he was portrayed to be a number one, but now he found where he rightfully belongs at, and he can excel in that position, like probably like a number 3, you know. And that's now he knows where he's at
because of the cats that we have today, you know, that they're talking about, the Kumingas and Greens and RJ Wiggins. When he came into college at Kansas, before he went there, he was the guy. He was the next big thing. You know, everybody was thinking. In fact, from comparisons, they had Wiggins as a comparison when RJ was coming out, and I don't see any Wiggins in RJ's game, man. So
I do.
Do you?
It's
other than the athletic ability and the hops and
what it looks like with Wiggins is watching him in Minnesota. And I remember watching Andrew Wiggins, right? You ever know, like when some player says, like when the game comes to it, everything just slows down. It just looks like Andrew Wiggins, like everything has finally just slowed down to him. And the difference is with RJ. RJ is still going at it. He's still like charging full steam ahead instead of letting it come to him. I really think that's the only difference. And once RJ finally lets the game come to him and everything slows down for RJ's going to be fine. Like he's going to be fine. He's just right now. You tell RJ's presses. Like you tell he's pressing. And Andrew Wiggins did the same thing. I mean, yes, Andrew Wiggins is more athletic than RJ, but I think what RJ has is a little bit of. He's like, like you look at Paul Pierce, right? And you're like, boy, that man is not a basketball. Look at him. He's like kind of chubby. He has no like muscle definition. He look like he can't jump that high. He can't run that fast.
But he had touch.
Wasn't it? But you know he put up points.
Yeah.
And he did have touch, but you know that he's going to get you a bucket.
Yep.
I think RJ.
And a bucket in the clutch, too.
I think RJ is without the shooting, but RJ still has that same thing. Like you look at RJ like, really? You don't look like, a Kobe Bryant or Dwayne Wade or anyone like that, but I know that you can get a bucket. You know who he's like? You remember Bonzi Wells?
Hell yeah.
RJ is like Bonzi Wells.
Oh, that's an ugly thought.
Bonzi could play though.
Bonzi did have good seasons.
Those Portland teams, Bonzi might have been the second best player, even though he wasn't starting behind Steve Smith. Bonzi is probably the second best player on those teams behind Rasheed Wallace.
Mm.
That's who RJ is like. Bonzi Wells, because Bonzi Wells couldn't shoot either, but he was like big and thick and just.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that headband and everything.
Yeah, That was the age of the headbands. I don't know, like him and what's his name, Darius Miles. Yeah, whole Quentin Richardson.
Yep.
Everybody had headbands back then. I don't know.
But Quentin had them high socks that finished off the outfit.
You look like a character. What was that Will Ferrell movie?
Semi-Pro. I'm Jackie Moon.
Yeah, he looked like he was playing
Love Me Sexy.
He looked like he was playing for the Tropics.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the age of the headbands back then.
So, yeah.
But
RJ is Alan Lavelle. You got me on that. Do you know who Alan Lavelle is?
I don't know who that is. I might have to look him up.
Yeah, you got me on that one, Alton Lee. Let's see. I'm trying to get questions that don't have to do with some of the other stuff that we had to deal with today. C-Mac wanted to know my 3 favorite pitchers.
Right now of all time.
Of all time. So
that's an interesting list.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little older than I love Bob Gibson. All time. That's a great question. Wow. You can chime in while I'm thinking.
Well, I grew up, with, the Glavins, the Maddox, the Smoltz, the Clemens.
Maddox was special, yeah. Clemens.
The thing about them is, like, with Greg Maddox, even though I'm a Mets fan, exactly, like, like he wasn't going to overpower you or anything, like, at all. Greg Maddox was not going to overpower you. But he knew how to set you up. And he knew exactly where he wanted the ball to go. And that's what made Greg Maddox such a great pitcher. He wasn't going to overpower you like Randy Johnson. Or more defiant, because when Randy Johnson first came in, he couldn't. He was like the Wild Thing from, remember the movie Major Leagues?
Yep.
He was like Wild Thing. But once he learned to control it, Randy Johnson was just a beast.
Hey, did you ever see the prank on YouTube with Chris Bryant and Greg Maddox?
I'm not.
Yeah, check it out. I love watching some of those pranks. So Greg Maddox dressed up with a wig and a mustache, and Chris Bryant was going to do a commercial, so he was taking practice pitches from a guy, and then the guy said he had to run, and obviously it was a setup, and Greg Maddox said, hey, let me throw you some practice pitches. I'll throw you some pitches. And he's first like, no. And he starts, and he goes in, and he starts, and so you can't see it's Greg Maddox because of the makeup and the disguise. But he starts throwing sliders, and you see Chris Bryant going, wow, that was actually a very good pitch. And he goes, and finally, he keeps doing it to him, and he's like looking at his head like, some guy, they just pull off the freaking thing and ask him to throw me pitches. He's giving me trouble. So it was hysterical when he finally realized that what they were doing to him, and it was Greg Maddox. But like you were saying, man, when you see players that can hit that, just hit that spot, and and he wasn't a guy with 102-mile-per-hour fastball, but wow, could he mix up his pitches? He was really, really a special pitcher. Oh man. So. And like you said, Clemens was special. I saw Nolan Ryan, obviously.
Oh, I definitely didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember Robin Ventura charging Nolan Ryan?
I do.
Yeah. Rule number 1, don't charge the mound if they're 6'4" and above Texas pitchers, because you may get yourself in a whole lot of trouble, whether it's a Nolan Ryan or a Roger Clemens. Or don't mess with them big boys from down in Texas.
Robin Ventura is the reason why I became a third baseman. I love Robin Ventura. Like, I used to go out back and have like my friends like practice. So I could practice like the bare hand bunt throw. Oh man, I didn't want to use my glove. Like, I'm just going to bare hand everything. Because I saw Robin Ventura do it on every play. Who also,
remember that bad leg injury he had?
Oh yes, but before A-Rod, unfortunately, Robert Ventura was the all-time
They're
leader in grand slams,
Mm.
and people don't even know that.
He had a smooth stroke, man. He had a really nice stroke.
The '99 Mets defense, infield defense, was probably one of the greatest of all time. He had 3 Gold Glove winners. But yeah, it was I'm hopefully one day I can say that Jacob DeGrom will be one of the best.
He's a
He had
stud. He's a
he had
stud,
his
man.
second throwing session today. It's not even Mark. He had a second throwing session today, and he's already throwing 99.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, and he's like 32 or 33, but he didn't start pitching till he was like
I
24,
didn't realize he was
25.
that old. I'm a Yankees fan, as you know, so I don't know the stats on.
Yeah, DeGrom actually was an infielder, and he kind of got converted late to be a pitcher, so he didn't really start pitching until he was about 25.
That's crazy that he could be a
Yeah,
dominating
he was
pitcher at
he
that
was a
level.
shortstop. Yeah, he was a shortstop at Stetson.
Yeah, because I've seen outfielders that became pitchers because they had rifle arms, but wow, I did not realize that he did that at that age, and especially to be, literally Cy Young level pitcher. So,
Yeah.
hey, you think Noah's going to come back?
Oh yes. No, it's definitely.
But I meant to Noah, the pre-Noah, but prior to injury Noah.
Well, the thing, but everyone gets Tommy John surgery nowadays. Like everyone, for some reason, has Tommy
I
John
know
surgery.
my beloved Yankees signed the guy who we didn't do much. We have one starting pitcher, Cole, who's magnificent, especially when he has all that gooey stuff that gets him the additional rotations like the guy Bauer. But we signed the guy from the Pirates who's had 2 Tommy John surgeries, and we have a kid we had to shut down who strained his arm after Tommy John. So, wow. Usually it took a couple of years to get back, but it was the same thing with ACLs. Years ago, when someone had an ACL, you're like, it's over. And now you see Zach Levine's and you see Adrian Peterson's and you see others like they come back and they're still elite players, athletes.
Yeah. But I believe that he will. He wants to come back by the start of the season. But the team is saying like June. But he looks fine. I've seen a couple of throwing sessions online that the Mets put out, and he looks fine. But we have a pretty good rotation. We finally have some good vets. MLB Network ranked us as the 5th best team going into the season. I think they had the Yankees 3rd. They had the Yankees 3rd. Here's what's funny. Out of the top 5 teams, they're the only AL team in the top 5.
Yeah. Hey, the Yanks won't win anything with their pitching. Meaning, there's going to be.
You don't believe in Kluber?
Again, another guy coming back from stuff that 5 years ago I did. But hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think there's any chance at all that Linder could walk after this season?
I hope not.
I hope not for you either.
I don't.
Unless he comes to the Yankees, then I hope so.
When I saw the Fernando Tatis Jr. contract last week, and I was like, what? But then you do the average on it, and it's like, well, it's only like $24 million a year, right?
But the thing I don't get is, you think people would learn from A-Rod, do not give these long career, these 14-year or so contracts, man.
Well, the difference between A-Rod and Fernando Tatis, I think Fernando Tatis is like 22.
Yeah.
So in the life of that contract, he'll go through his prime and be in his prime, and by the time it's like 36, he'll probably be still at it, still a pretty productive player. The only thing I don't like about it is Fernando Tatis has only played maybe a year and a half of baseball at a major league level. And I'm being generous by saying maybe a year and a half. So, but here's the thing. So you got Trevor Story, Lindor, what's the kid in Houston. Carlos. What's shortstop in Houston?
Not Korea, is it?
Yes, Carlos Correa, and you have Corey Seager, all free agents next year. It's mind-boggling. And so I'm pretty sure they're all looking at the chops with Fernando Tatis getting his deal, right? Oh, and Javier Baez is a free agent also. It's like the year of the shortstop for some reason. All of them are great, and it'll be a domino effect. I would rather go ahead and sign Lindor first before those dominoes start to fall, because there's going to be some money being thrown around at those guys.
Yeah, Lindor's special, man.
Yes, so I mean, if he's 26, 27, if it's 8 to 10 years, 300 million, that's just the name of the game these days.
It is.
And luckily we have, the richest owner in baseball now. If we had the Wilpons and you asked me that question, I'm like, nope, this is a rental.
Especially after Bernie Madoff.
Yeah, the Wilpons were horrible. They should have sold the team years and years and years ago. But
hey, what's your gut telling you about Pete Alonso? You think he's gonna have a?
I don't know if he'll hit 50, 3 home runs again. I mean, I would love for him to hit 53 home runs again. If he hits 40, that's a good year. 'Cause that's what we need. I think he spent a lot of time trying to master the strike zone. Because he was really bad against off speed stuff, like really bad against off speed stuff. But he'll catch up to any fastball you throw at him.
Yeah, there's guys in the league that are like that, but that's why it's so brutal. The minute they know you have that problem, here comes the slider, here comes the curve.
But in his rookie year, he mastered. He was fine against off speed stuff. So I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a short year, lack of repetition.
Or you know what? I've seen a lot of guys that hit a lot of home runs that ruin their swing because they stop. The old saying, when you try to hit a home run, you don't hit a home run. When you're just trying to meet the ball and just make sure your swing is nice and has good head speed.
So here's the thing. So the home run derby in like 2011 or 2012 that David Wright was in, the home run derby destroyed David Wright's swing.
That was my point. I've seen that happen.
But Pete Alonso's always been a power guy, right? Like he's always, even in the minor league, he's always been a power guy. So that is his swing. So I don't think he's trying to overcompensate when that's just his natural. Pete Alonso's a big, strong man. And so if he just makes more contact, that'd be great. What do we need him to do? Like I said, he made plenty of contact his rookie season. I think he hit like 270 something.
Yeah.
So if he can give me 275, 40 home runs, 120 RBIs, I will take that all day, any day.
I don't blame you.
I mean, to say he's never gonna hit 300, but then again, 300 is like a lost art for some reason these days. I remember there's a time when everybody was hitting 300, like you wanted to be a good level, consistent hitter. Now, like a good consistent hitter is like 270, 260.
Yeah.
But you got to have like 30 home runs.
The third baseman on Oakland you were talking about the other day.
Matt Chapman.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever hit 300 in his career.
No. But what Matt Chapman does is everything
home runs
else.
Yeah, I agree.
And with the glove, he is top 2 with the glove.
No doubt. Hey, my Yanks this year, big things coming. Judge. The guy, obviously, when he hits a home run, he goes crazy, but the guy can't stay off the injured list. And the same thing with Stanton. When they hit the ball, my God, it goes for 500 miles. But you want a guy, I think Cornerstone Kev broke the Guinness World Book of Records quoting Mark Schlereth or Ron Cleveland's, the greatest abilities availability. And those two guys, Stanton and Judge, they kill you as a Yankees fan. Stanton will hit the ball, and all of a sudden, he has a torn calf muscle, or he tore this muscle in his thing. So I'm glad they could hit home runs and everything, but I'm glad we re-signed DJ. I think he's the best hitter in baseball, and I think Gleyber Torres. I'm hoping he has a better year this year, and he's a fine hitter. But even with our great lineup, we're not going to do anything with one pitcher.
That is one of
We
the.
gave A-Rod a favor on that one. That's Stratton.
Yeah. So, hey, how do you think McCann's going to do as a catcher for the Mets this year? Are you happy about him? You think
I am happy. I think he'll be. He's no Mike Piazza or anything like that. I'm not getting it confused.
But you think he'll handle the pitches well besides everything else?
My understanding, he has came in and actually wanted to to spend as much time with DeGrom as possible to kind of know, because get him comfortable and not know what he likes to do and everything. So I don't think that he'll have an issue with that. It's just kind of, when you're a professional catcher, you know the kind of pitchers that you have, but it's weird because you have like basically a whole new pitching staff. In essence, it's basically a brand new pitching staff, but he's a brand new catcher to this pitching staff too. So you got to know that Carrasco's more of a crafty pitcher. You know that Stroman's going to throw a lot of breaking ball and get a lot of ground balls. You know that DeGrom is just a master of everything. So that's what I said. It's all about, knowing the niches of your pitchers. But I think he'll be fine. Defensively, he took a lot of strides with Chicago last year. So that's what we need up the middle.
Are you happy with the bullpen? That's everything.
I wish he would have signed Brad Hand. I understand why Brad Hand went to Washington. He wanted to be a closer. We couldn't guarantee him that here.
Yeah, if you want to sign everybody.
I don't want to sign everybody.
You said the guy over there, what? First was the guy over there, what? The Padres guy. You wanted to sign him.
No. I wasn't saying no. I wasn't saying the Padres got a big deal. We have our own shortstop that we got to pay. That's what I was bringing him up. I never said I wanted Fernando Tatis Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was talking about his contract and how we had to pay Lindor. We already have a Gold Glove All-Star shortstop.
Y'all get Cano back this year?
No. I don't want Cano back next year.
Isn't he suspended, Rob?
Yeah, he's been the whole season.
Yeah. So
the whole season. We have my boy Jeff McNeil playing second, where he rightfully belongs. That's why I said I don't even want Cano back. I really don't. I don't know what we can trade him for. At his age and salary, maybe a little.
Seattle got you with that one.
Well, no, it's Brody Van Wagenen, our former. This is why agents are always good GMs. Our former general manager used to be an agent and used to be the agent of Robbie Cano. So he was like, "Oh, that's my guy over there. That's what I'm gonna get him, and it's gonna be a blockbuster. I think he can turn his career around." This is why not all agents should be GMs. And sometimes you can say that about Leon Rose. Sometimes all he's brought in is CAA guys. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's a little odd.
Yeah, you know what's frightening me? Because if we pick in the 10 to 20 range, if we play better, if we overachieve for the second half of the year, whether we make the playoffs or just eke in at the last spot or so, I think we're going to be in a situation where, oh no, we're going to be picking in the 10 to 20 range, which means don't tell me we're going to be taking BJ Boston. Don't tell me we're going to be taking Isaiah Jackson because of the Kentucky connection. So we'll see, or anybody else that signs with CAA on that. Hey, just a quick shout out, brother BKL. Don't forget Luke Voigt. Yeah, man, Luke Voigt came out of nowhere, and he's I just love his game. I love his attitude, man. The dude can hit, man. That's a guy that came out of nowhere, and he hits the hell out of the ball. That's for sure. So let's see.
Are you worried about the Blue Jays, Foxy?
I'm worried about our pitching, so I'm worried about everybody because I say to myself, I see us losing 14-9. 11-7. I see us losing games like that. We'll because of our great offense, we'll put it up, but we'll be giving up more runs than that to a lot of teams.
I mean, do
And
you not have it? I don't know about the Yankees bullpen. Um,
well, obviously you got Chapman, who wasn't, he's not the same pitcher he was 3 years ago. That's for sure. And I don't know. They got Zach Britton, the lefty in there,
oh, yeah,
and
okay. I remember Zach Britton from the Orioles.
yeah, and but there's some dissension on the team. You can understand we were in a political world that Domingo German had domestic abuse and he was suspended, and they're bringing him back, and some of the players just don't dig him, and they've been vocal about it. Usually they keep that quiet, and Zach was one of the guys. It must be a thing with people with the name Zach. They they really know that they always opening their mouth.
I mean, with that is, I'm not. You can make a mistake and you can pay a penance for it, but I'm not going to sit here and say that you can't make a living and your livelihood.
I'm with you.
If you, like I said, if you pay your penance, I'm sure he was suspended or whatever, and he's done what they told him to do, and let him come back and do his job.
I know, but the world's changed as we know it. I believe everyone deserves a second chance, but depending on the offense, there's a lot of people that say that everyone should have a second chance unless you do this, or that. So, yeah, I hope, and we'll see. We have Luis Severino coming back for the Yankees. We'll see if his arm.
Isn't he a starter?
Yeah, he is a starter, but he'll probably be a starter on the DL. So we'll see if he comes back. So hey, are you a Conforto? You like Conforto? I think he's a nice hitter. What's your feeling on him?
I like Conforto. I really, really do like Conforto. I think he's a good ball player. But when I look at him, that's all I see is like a good ball player. Like, I don't see a great ball player or a difference maker kind of ball player or a special ball player. I just see like a guy who's just a good baseball player. There's nothing wrong with that. Am I going to give him $150 million for being a good ball player? I mean, I guess that's the economics of it, but
If it's Cohen's money, what the hell? He has enough of it.
Oh, this is true. But I just, like I said, I was watching SNY earlier, and they're talking about that they're starting to contract negotiations with Lindor and Conforto. Like I said, he's just a good ball player. Like, he doesn't, he's like, and I don't remember, he's like Paul O'Neill. Remember Paul O'Neill?
That was my favorite player. I used to say,
wow, really?
Yeah, because I had great respect for Jeter, but Jeter was not a guy that would ever say anything to another player. If I love fiery. You could tell I'm a real mellow type of dude, but I love fiery ball players and stuff like that. So when O'Neill would strike out or make an out in a key situation, everybody cleared out because he'd be breaking bad in the hitting a water cooler or something. He or somebody didn't do anything. He was like real vocal, real intense, and a real winner. And I loved his fire, and also he was a very good hitter. He was an excellent hitter with the Reds, and then he came over to us. So I loved his fire. The one thing with Jeter was he was a real mellow dude. I didn't see him as, he was a leader because he's
Derek Jeter is overrated.
You're saying what I'm saying, Freeze. I agree with you. He's a Hall of Famer, 3,000 hits and all those other things, but in the clubhouse or just his demeanor, I don't know. He always seems snobbish. I don't know. He just wasn't a guy that looked like, maybe he had fun with the other players. I don't know, but he just seemed, I don't know. There was just something about Jeter his whole career. Excellent ball player. Excellent ball player. So nothing about that. It was just his demeanor. He just didn't seem that he'd be a guy that got the other guys on the team up. And that's why I liked O'Neill. That, he had that intensity. And when you had really mellow guys like Bernie Williams and Jeter, and you needed some fire, and O'Neill definitely brought the fire. And that beautiful left. We need left-hand bats. Yankee Stadium, even the new, the left-hand bats, and we need left-handed pitchers. That's the whole thing with us. That, in all the great years that we always had good lefty pitchers because of that right field porch. So
good Lord, we have enough left-handed hitters. So that let you borrow 5 of our everyday players are left-handed.
Yeah,
and one is switch-handed. One is a switch hitter. So a lot of lefties.
But is the left field at Mets like the Yankee Stadium? I think it's much further out,
No,
isn't it? It's not?
They've brought in the walls a lot at Citi Field.
A couple of times already.
Yeah, but it's still a big ballpark. I don't think there's any special dimensions or anything to Citi Field whatsoever. But the hitting wise, like as a player, that's what Michael Conforto. Like if you looked at Michael Conforto and you squinted, you see Paul O'Neill. Now, is Paul O'Neill a good player? Yeah. Was he a great player?
He's not a Hall of Famer. Hey, but he was a 300 hitter.
Well, I don't think Conforto's going to be he might be a 290 hitter at best.
Yeah.
But in today's game, I guess that is 300.
Yeah.
But that's who he is, and it's like I'm not about to pay him $200 million to be a good ball, to be the new age Paul O'Neill.
Yeah. Hey, Juju 92. I miss Jorge Posada too, but anytime you have Gary Sanchez, you're going to miss Jorge Posada. One of my least favorite players everywhere is Gary Sanchez. I don't like players that just don't seem like they're putting out. I don't think he's a good defensive player. I don't think he calls a good game with his pitchers. And he's feast or famine. Either he hits a home run or he strikes out. Home run or strikes out, double, strikeout, 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 home run, strikeout, 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 strikeout. So I didn't think they were going to re-sign him, but I knew we were going to get the catcher Rialto from Philly, but I can't stand it. And also miss Tino Martinez. Yeah.
I did like Tino Martinez for some reason.
Yeah, Tino was slick, man. Tino was really good glove, and again, he was made for that right field porch. So
who had a better advantage of lefties, Yankee Stadium or Fenway?
Oh, great question.
Fenway is built funny, man. Yeah, Fenway is built funny. Like the pesky pole in right field is really short, and then the left field fence, the green monster is an advantage. But their center field is ridiculously deep. I mean, you legit have to get every ounce of baseball to get it out of the center field in Fenway.
Yeah, right? Exactly. But you see, like you said, the pole and right guys would just wrap that ball around there for that cheap home run. But a home run's a home run no matter what. But a lot of guys, like you said, the green monster. But that center field, man, we saw many a game, whether Freddie Lynn or others tracking down a ball like you did. Damn, in another park that would have been a homer. So
yeah, but what do you think? Which one is a more friendly hitter's park for lefties?
I think I don't know. I'm going to say Yankee Stadium.
Really? Old Yankee Stadium?
I think it's the same dimensions, the new one, as the old one. Chat, keep me honest. I think it's the same exact. I think they tried to do everything they could.
I mean, it might be the same dimensions, but it can still you might not be in the jet stream like old Yankee Stadium because it's across the street. Even though the dimensions are the same, it's not going to fly out the same.
Because Yankee Stadium obviously is center, and the monuments out there is legendary. You hit a ball into the monuments at Yankee Stadium, now that's a home run. So, but Mike D says Fenway is better for righties, though. So
I don't know about that.
So, but he also said pesky pole helped a lot.
So here's a funny story. When I was a kid, we used to play baseball. Like I lived in like this complex. So we would go like to the back of the complex when it's like wide open space.
Hello? Kev? I think my Kev froze. Freezy, you still there?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Hey, you gonna get it? You gonna get out here?
Yeah, I'm going to be getting out. Let me just do one last shout out to the chat. Hold on a second. We have 49 people in here. We have 46 likes. So any of you, if you haven't hit those likes, subscribe, and remind the bells, please don't miss out on any Knicks at Night and Knicks Morning Drive broadcasts. Please share this link on your favorite social media platform so we can grow the Blarens Tears family. Thanks again for getting us over 1,340 subscribers. 1,500 here we come. We greatly appreciate it. Special shout out to the best mods on the planet, Sima Singh, Bodega Wi-Fi, the new Knicks. We appreciate all you do. So I'll be back on Thursday when we face the Kings freeze. And we'll be saying, oh, Jesus, we should have taken Tyrese Halliburton. But forget about that. Hopefully the Knicks win.
Yep.
We want our Knicks to win. And hopefully RJ will have a 25-point game. And I could talk about how's the next best thing since sliced bread and all those other things. But special shout out to the chat. Thank you for all your kind words. Ghetto Intellect, Juju92, C-Mac. Appreciate the support. We had a crazy night tonight, but it's part of the entertainment, man. Just take it night by night. So love you all. And I'll see you guys on Thursday night. Peace out. Love you.
Yo, what's good, Knicks Night family? Knicks Night podcast family, what's good? RP Gaming, I see you. Boost Mobile, Ghetto Intellect, what's good? Mike D, what's happening? Stop your videos. I see you, Juju. Okay. Brother Brooklyn Paris, I see you. What's good, y'all? What's good, party people? Man, Foxy and Hoodie Kev talking about Knicks and Yankees. I'm not sure how I feel about Yankees talk. I'm not a Yankees fan, right? Hey Rob, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm eating right quick.
Okay.
You heard me?
Yeah, we good.
Okay.
Yeah, we good, man. I just want to talk to you, man, briefly about Tibbs, man. I'm frustrated with Tibbs, man. I didn't want to hijack y'all conversation earlier, but I did want to interject some stuff that I think we missed sometimes.
You know what you mad at Tibbs for?
I'm mad at Tibbs for his reluctance to open the throttle on offense, right? I'm frustrated that we don't have a killer instinct on offense like we do on defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like sometimes Tibbs coaches the game like Bill Parcells used to coach the Giants. You remember that? Like great defense and a ball control offense.
Yeah.
I think that backfires on us because we don't have the ability to kick field goals in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like in the NFL, it's okay not to go for touchdowns every drive because you can kick field goals, right? But in the NBA, you can't turn down 0-3s and layups and dunks for something else. There are no other options.
But it depends, like, what you came in the season looking for and what you're getting. If you came in there with a different expectation, you might be expecting a little bit more.
Right.
But not all fans came in expecting the same thing. You know, I knew the defense is what he's going to play first.
Right.
And it might take, like I say, to the second half of the season before he put an offense out there, because I really feel as though he's not going to go any further until he sees that it looked like they got the defense down. So I'm looking for a change coming sooner or later, but I don't think that he's going to ever do something before it's time for him to do it. And feel as though the time that he said that he wanted to do it.
Right.
Like, say, for instance, he said like in 25 games, he was going to do that. And everybody was waiting for the change, and the change came. And the change was, dang, I hate to say that, when he walked right in. He was going to remove Knox out the lineup. He did that in 25 games.
Yeah, that's frustrating, though. That's frustrating to me.
I missed the beginning of the conversation. I heard him remove Knox out the lineup. That's all I heard.
All right. So,
Oh, Jesus.
And I think that it was about, that was his time frame. So he might be making another time frame in like 35 games and do something else, because the next one has got to be Bullock.
It's got to be Bullock, man. It's got to be Bullock and Burks, man. You got to do something with Burks, man. You got to do something with Burks. You got Bullock. I can understand. Bullock, to me, is like the substitute teacher. You can't be mad at the substitute teacher for the kids not passing your standardized test. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at the substitute teacher for that. But Bullock, Bullock don't have no responsibilities. All his whole thing is come off the bench and shoot. Come off the bench and score, right? And then he come off the bench and he's not the bench scorer.
But that's a key position in the NBA that you need to get points for, and both of them are responsible for that. And if you can't get no points there, something's gonna have to happen.
Yes, and I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that Austin Rivers and Kevin Knox can't show Tom Thibodeau an ability to score consistently, like consistent scoring, right? I mean, come on, Kevin Knox. Come on, Austin Rivers. I mean, Austin Rivers looked like the Don when he got here. Now we know why he was so cheap in free agency.
There's one thing about the NBA is consistency.
Well, may I ask a question? Because
if it's a question,
it is. It is. We sit here and we assume.
So what's the question?
I'm getting to the question. We sit here and we assume that, as Tibb says, that what you do in practice matters. They get to show it in practice, right? But we don't know. But the question is this: what if Kevin Knox, in practice or whatever, is outperforming Burks and Bullock? Because I don't think it'll take much. I don't really think it takes much to outperform them. But what if he does and Tibb still isn't playing him? What would that say?
Well, that would say something more about something that we don't know, and something more about Tibbs.
I think it's in there on Knox. Because if you're doing it in practice and 7 other grown men whose job is to play the best available player don't want to play Knox, it's not a coaching staff issue. It's the Kevin Knox issue. Because 7 grown men ain't gonna get in a room and conspire against Kevin Knox. And then if they do, the front office over them that allows that to happen, it's just too much. It's too much, man. Kevin Knox right now.
Much, huh?
Yeah. Kevin Knox is trash, and he needs to get better. That's just all. Kevin Knox is trash right now, and he needs to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not going to conspire. And even if 7 grown men get in the room and conspire against Knox. In the front office are doofuses and can't recognize it. The owner would be like, "Yo, what's going on here? I mean, it's too many checkpoints in place for it to be in the organization against Kevin Knox, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many checkpoints in place to allow something like that to happen. This is all on Kevin Knox.
I mean, but is there though? Because here's my thing. If we go out here and we see, let's just go, for example, we see Alec Burks, ice cold, can't hit nothing.
Like tonight.
I have yet to see Johnny Bryant or Mike Woodson go over to Tom Thibodeau like, yo, Tibbs, I think it's time for you to take him out.
That's probably not their job.
But he just said, Freezy just said, it's 7 guys who keep this in check, to keep it a balance. So it is their job to keep Tom Thibodeau in check and keep it a balance. So all of them, so everybody can see Alec Burks.
That's not what I said. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. You said, what if Kevin Knox, you posed hypothetical, what if Kevin Knox is outperforming them in the practice and he's still not getting playing time? And so then I said that the whole organization is not going to conspire against a player like that. You have too many checks in place. Like 7 men are not going to get in a room and conspire against Kevin Knox. And the organization, the front office, can't be full of doofuses where they watch the coaching staff do that. And then the owner watch an inept front office turn a blind eye to a coaching staff that's conspiring against one player. It's just too much stuff going on. That's what I said, right? That's what I was saying. I'm not talking about Alec Burks and all that stuff. What I'm saying is a hypothetical that you mentioned, right? What if Kevin Knox was outperforming them in practice, right? And I specifically said no, it can't be that. Kevin Knox is trash and he needs to get back.
So let me ask you this question. From earlier in the season, right, when Kevin Knox was playing earlier in the season, did you see much of a difference than what Burks and or Bullock is giving you now?
Hey, to be honest with you, I'm with you on this give Kevin Knox a chance thing, right? But what I'm not with is Kevin Knox is earning these minutes and the coaching staff is stupid. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, hey man, I've seen enough of Burks and Bullock to give Kevin Knox a chance, right? And I want Kevin Knox to get a shot, but let's not pretend like Kevin Knox is killing everybody in practice and they're holding him back because they just don't like the kid.
All I'm saying is, I saw a kid that can shoot. I saw a kid that spent 9 months working on, who was already a shooter, to become a better shooter. And I saw a kid that was pretty darn good. And what I see now is a team that can't shoot, that needs spacing. And so what my eyes are telling me is, you have a kid that proved to you can shoot, but you're playing players who can't shoot. But the problem your team has is your team can't shoot. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but
Kevin Knox has never shown that he can shoot efficiently.
What did he do all beginning of the season was shoot efficiently.
Well, look,
he can't get his own shot.
I think he can get his own shots. I think Kevin Knox's thing is just his confidence. And now with his confidence being shaken, they're not allowing him right now to do the other things on the floor. You're a shooter, show us that you can shoot before you do the other thing. And he's so inconsistent. Now, if he's in practice, now look, you got to also keep into context too. When Knox was playing, Burks was out, but when Burks left, Burks was hot. Yep. He was real hot. So now they put him back into the fold, expecting the same thing. So Now they have to give him the time to show because, like I said before, when Tibbs remove you, he's going to remove you. And I see one of them is going to get moved pretty soon.
Yep.
But the thing about it is this: how long has Burks been back? Burks has been back long enough to show, like, okay, well, you're not hot no more.
But maybe Knox wasn't in the plans anyway. It was all about Burks. But when Burks got hurt, it gave Knox a chance. Knox didn't sustain the spot.
Yep.
Because if he would have sustained the spot, he would be playing.
Okay, that sounds good, but you can't sit here and say it's about Burks when Burks has been back for about 15 games.
Exactly.
And in that 15 games, he has done nothing to warrant him playing any sustainable minutes of substance.
He's been inconsistent.
You can sit here and say, okay, you had a couple of games in the beginning. A nigga got hurt. It might take you a couple games to get back in the flow, but not 15 games.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Thibodeau's next change might be at 35 games before he makes another change. Because when I said 25, it was right at that time. 25, he moved Knox out the start lineup. So now this might be 35 before he make another change. I think he got numbers already in his head, not how you playing. He giving you a chance to succeed. And that's the difference between what Fizdale was doing last year. As soon as you had a bad game last year with Fizdale there, he pulled you in the middle of the game and then you didn't see it no more. He never gave you a chance to really sustain your play. Now we're watching the coach. Wait. Now we're watching the coach allowing people to sustain their play. But now we got the Fizdale approach. We want to pull the guy quicker. Because when they give Knox his chance, I want him to have the same chance that everybody else is getting when his chance comes.
One game is different from 15 games. We had 15 games of Burks not doing nothing, of being cold.
Okay, but like I said, Kev, understand what I'm saying. He might have these number of games in his head before he makes a decision. Now, what you do in the middle of these games, I'm not going to pull you for it because my next number is 35. At 35, I'm going to reevaluate that position, and then I'm going to pull you. So you cannot say that you didn't have enough time to succeed at that position. And Burke won't be able to say that, and dude won't be able to say that. Bullock wouldn't be able to say that. So with that being said, when your guy get there, I'm sure you don't want him to get pulled in 3 games, 2 games because of bad play. You want him to have the same level and the same amount of games that everybody else had.
Let me ask you a question. Even when Knox was playing, or Quickley, or Obi, and I want you to keep it real with me, Rob, when I ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do the kids have the same leash that the veterans have?
Oh,
no, and they're not supposed to.
Nah, man, Rob, don't answer that, man.
And they're not supposed to.
Why are they not supposed to?
Because I'm a proven head around this league. I showed that.
Us the same question all the time.
Yeah, no, I can answer the question for him.
I haven't asked Rob that question.
But you know, because I feel as though as a veteran, that's what you got. That's like if you got seniority on your job and somebody want to walk in and they want the day off and you want it. They gonna give it to you because you got seniority. That's something that you just got to deal with.
Okay, how about offer up a solution? What's the solution?
You already know what my solution is.
You know, I'm sure Knox is going to get his time to play this year. And when he going to get it, he going to get a sustainable time, and he going to get his 20 minutes to whatever he been getting, what everybody else been getting, because that spot is open there. That's the only spot right there that you can just say that anybody that they pick up can come in there and get that spot. Because it's been so inconsistent.
Except Knox, and that's the frustrating part. That's the frustrating. The spot is definitely taken, and Knox can't take it, which makes me think that Knox is a worse off player than what we think he is. But we want him to be an all-time great. We want him to be great. But damn, if Knox can't be out Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock, God, I mean, come on, Knox.
Yeah, I hope it's to the point that he can't beat him out. I wish it's more to the point that They just said they're going to play him for this amount of games, because if it's to the point that they can't beat him out, then that makes Knox look even worse.
That's what I'm saying, man. Jesus Christ, Mary and JoJo Kevin Knox. You can't beat out Reggie Bullock. I mean, come on. I mean, damn. What are we even talking about?
That's an indictment on him.
I mean, Kevin Knox, he is so frustrating, man. You want him to be a great player, but he just frustrated the hell out of you. And then Kevin Knox fans are like, well, maybe if you be nice to him, maybe if you give him his shots in certain spots, maybe if you don't ask him to do certain things, maybe if you get the room temperature exactly right, maybe when you feed him his baby food, it's the right temperature. Maybe if you change his pamper, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you hold his hand. All this stuff, Kevin Knox, man, we can't do that. Kevin Knox, you got to go out there and take it.
You have never heard me. I can't say for anyone else, but you've never heard me say I want all the conditions to be the same for Kevin Knox. I want it to be this. I want to be, spoon fed to him. No. All I'm saying is, and what we don't know is the work that they put in behind the scene in practice. We don't know. We can sit here and speculate. We can speculate and say Kevin Knox can't beat out Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks. We can speculate that. But here's what I do know. This is what I do know. Austin Rivers isn't playing either, right?
Mm-hmm.
Austin Rivers was getting consistent 20, 25 minutes a game before Derrick Rose got here. And he was stinking up the joint too.
Yeah.
But now he's not playing.
Yeah.
But no one ever said that Austin Rivers was beating anybody in practice, was killing it in practice. Right? Nobody said that. This is an opportunity thing.
Everybody doesn't come with the same cachet.
Mm-hmm. So, Alec Burks got cachet?
No, I'm not saying. I said everybody doesn't come with the same. His might be, maybe if he played that position, he'll be playing it, but we know that that's not the position he plays. But everybody, see, and the only thing that I got to go on is this here. It's the reason why he's giving Quickley minutes. But we see the reason why Quickley get minutes. And then we got to assume that's the reason why Knox is not getting minutes. He's not performing well.
Alec Burks is performing well.
Huh? He was.
Is he now?
No.
But he's still getting minutes.
Yeah, so who are you going to look? He tried 3 people at the position right now. Everybody had their shot at the position, but not as a starter. Knox didn't have it as a starter. But sooner or later, I think that's coming because you might as well go with Knox when you get that. But look, I'm patient, Kev. I'm thinking in 35 to 40 games, Knox going to get his chance. And then you'll be having conversation all night long about what he's doing and what he's not doing on the floor. And then you can take some of the pressure off of Thibodeau because he's going to get his shot.
I believe wholeheartedly that Kevin Knox will be playing again. It's not a question on mine that Kevin Knox is going to be back in the rotation again. I know he is.
So just wait. Be patient.
Man, for the love of Mike, we even talk Kevin Knox again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mary and Joseph, Louis. Man, we talking about Kevin Knox again. Man.
You want to talk about how RJ Barrett is stunk up the joint and what he can do to get better?
Yeah.
Is that what you like to talk about?
Yeah.
I mean, we can have a whole conversation about RJ Barrett stinking up the joint if you would like to go there. I'm trying to take pressure off your boy and take the spotlight off of him.
Oh no.
Can I deflect the attention and the negative attention off of RJ Barrett?
Oh no.
Or you want to talk about RJ stinking it up?
So for one, the spotlight was never on RJ Barrett on this channel. The spotlight is always on Kevin Knox. For one,
Stephen Fox came on this show tonight and said RJ Barrett stinks. He can't do this. He can't do that. He can't do this.
Right.
He looks bad. That's how Stephen Fox started the show off tonight.
Right. Oh, I know. I was listening. I listened to the whole show. right? But as soon as Foxy left, the conversation reverted back to Knox that night, right?
Okay, so let's go back to talk. Let's go back to
and
trashing RJ Barrett then.
And so the thing is with Kevin Knox is this, man, and this is what Knicks fans in general think. Like, we need offense, and we have a guy on the bench that people think can bring offense to the table, right? Why can't we bring the guy in? Why can't we bring Kevin Knox in and have him display his offense? We need his offense. Because there was 2 stretches in tonight's game where the Golden State Warriors were punching above their weight, right? Punching when the score was 49-48. Golden State was punching above their weight, man. You know what I'm saying? They were hitting on all cylinders. Draymond Green hitting threes, all kind of things, right? And the Knicks were still in the game, and all we needed was a tertiary scorer to come in and score the ball for us. Right, but we didn't get that because Reggie Bullock is not that guy. Alec Burks is not that guy, right? They're just not. And so a lot of times we say, man, but we have a scorer on the bench, but that guy is not a scorer. He can make shots, but he's not a certified bucket getter. Nor can he find his own shot within the flow of the offense. You have to create offense by him, right? So now you're like, what are we even talking about? Like, my man, listen, man.
Hold on? When you said, let me ask you a question. I want to ask one question. When you say he cannot create a shot in the flow of offense, elaborate on that.
Kevin Knox cannot get his shot in the flow of this Knicks offense.
I think that he can.
No, that's not elaborating. That's like saying Elfrid Payton can't shoot.
No, but I think that really he hasn't have a chance to really show his whole offensive arsenal like he did his first year. And I think that, like I said, I think he's gonna get his chance. But y'all better be careful what y'all hope for. Y'all talking about y'all need scorers in this position and that position, but you better recognize the place that they need scoring on is y'all favorite players' positions. So you can sit back and let them develop, or they're going to bring somebody else in and then they're going to really be on the bench. And that goes for RJ too. So Be careful what you ask for. Do you want the development stage for RJ, or you want to move quick towards a championship and have RJ on the bench?
Right. Oh, duly noted. Good point, Rob and Nick, as usual. Good point. My thing is, though, is not at the shooting guard position. Because I clearly stated, like, and what I'm saying is the small forward position. I said that as soon as we started, y'all talking Mets and Yankees, I talked Knicks in the small forward position. Right? It's the first thing I talked about, and I talked about my frustration with Bullock and Burks. Right, and wishing we had a guy that could take the spot, but Kevin Knox, man, oh my God!
Is it a fair question? Is it a fair question or assumption to say that Tom Thibodeau doesn't either know how to or want to know how to utilize Kevin Knox? Because you've stated before that Tom Thibodeau does not utilize a small forward position.
Right. Right.
So is it the fact that he doesn't know how to, or he doesn't want to utilize Kevin Knox at the small forward position at his best abilities? Because the system does not cater to that.
No, I don't think that's the easy way out. Blaming the coach. That's the easy way out because, like I said, you got a rookie getting minutes.
Again, so that rookie is not a small forward.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But he know that the rookie is. It's like, look, it's not about the position.
Again,
my point is.
No, but you're talking about getting minutes. I'm talking about a player in a specific position. Like if Quickley was a small forward, Quickley probably wouldn't be playing that much.
If Quickley was a small
but look,
forward,
yes, and that's the thing. So when his play suffered a minute, then you seen his minutes suffer. Okay.
But you're missing my point, Rob. If Quickley was 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", playing the way he does, he would not be playing.
I don't think that's right.
No,
I don't believe
think that's
that.
right either.
I don't believe that.
Okay, does Quickley play defense?
If Quickley was put it
Is
like
Quickley
this:
a defender?
if Quickley was 6'7" to 6'8", and he came into this game, he came into the league playing the way that he was playing, they would have probably traded Kevin Knox by now.
Yep, gone. Bye. What do we need you for?
Well, not really, because Quickley would suffer from the same thing that Kevin Knox does.
No, he
Quickley
doesn't
play defense either.
He's not
Like, even if he was 6'7" or 6'8", he still wouldn't play defense.
Look, Quickley, I wouldn't say Quickley doesn't
and
play
what's the
defense.
knock? What's the knock on Kevin
defense.
Knox? Is the fact that he doesn't play defense under Tibbs.
No, the knock on Kevin Knox is he don't have heart.
That's an unfair assumption. That's my thing. I will never ever question a person's heart or mentality.
No. I didn't say it was right. I didn't say it was right. And I don't say that I go with, but you said the knock on Kevin Knox is, and we all know that the knock on Kevin Knox by Knicks fans is that he doesn't have heart.
Well, it's not Knicks fans. It's Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau said he doesn't play defense, right? So Quickley doesn't play defense either. That's a well-known fact. You can't make excuses and say he does. Quickley does not play good defense.
Who?
Emmanuel Quickley does not play good defense.
He doesn't play bad defense.
What do you call it? If it's not good.
He plays rookie defense. He's not the best defender, but he can stay in front of. He stays in front of his man. Look.
If he was a 6'7" small forward playing rookie defense, he still wouldn't play that much under Tom Thibodeau.
Just like this here, it ain't too many guards in the second unit just killing Quickley. It's not happening. It's not happening.
I've seen plenty of guards get off on Quickley.
No, look, not really. Who? You can't tell me. It was on like the one who was the early lesson that he got was by Conley. Other than that, who was killing him on the second unit?
I mean, I can go back and look at guards he's going up against for these numbers.
Hey, go back and look at it. I'm looking at the top small forwards in the league, and look, Kevin Knox is not even on the list. And the thing that's crazy about it is this here: the Knicks do not have one on the list. So that goes to show you right there. The Knicks do not even have one on the list that's ranked in that position at all. So that's where the struggle is at.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the solution is just move RJ there, isn't it?
They got Luke Kennard. Oh, wait, let me see. Who's the 30th one? Number 30 is DeAndre Hunter is number 30. The Knicks don't even have one on the list. So that goes to show you how bad they're struggling in that position. So what they're saying is any one of these guys can come to New York Knicks right there and get that starting position. And that's crazy.
Well, I guess it's at the time Thibodeau to figure something out.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what we have to wait for.
And pretty much, they're going to pretty much be drafting at that position.
They could.
The Lakers got two. They got Kyle Kuzma and LeBron on the list. Kuzma 14. You know who number one. Michael Porter Jr., he number 9. And he came in with Knox and sat out a year. So what's that telling you?
What it tells me is the head coach doesn't know how to use the small forward.
Well, then they didn't know how to use them last year. Shit, Luol Deng was a small forward in Chicago. He was all right.
Yes, he was.
And Tibbs had him.
I think that's a little bit different. I think Luol Deng was there before. But I just think it's funny how another team supposedly can see value in a player, but his own team can't.
Well, then he probably need to talk to. I don't see Knox beating down the door, talking to his agent, talking about getting him out of New York. Because that's the next step. If you feel as though that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you feel as though this coach is hunting you back, that's why you got an agent. Yo, get me up out of here.
I mean,
But
I don't
Knox
think
ain't saying nothing.
everyone goes to their coach and whines and complains about wanting to leave when things
No,
don't go
you
their
don't
way.
go. You go to your agent. That's what he there for. That's what you paying him for. So obviously, whatever's going on, Knox don't have a problem with it.
Maybe he
Because
is putting in the work. So you're getting on him for being a good soldier.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not being a good soldier. If you feel as though you can outperform these two, and you need your opportunity to do so, that's not being a good soldier. Because at the end of the day, they paying you to do this. This ain't high school. You being a good soldier? No, my livelihood is on the line. What they gonna think about me around the league if I know I got skills and you doing this? You know, go to your agent. That's what Harden did. Look, get me up out of here. They might make a one-on-one trade him for Gary Trent Jr. and be done with it. If you think that you ain't getting opportunity, look, Dennis Smith Jr. made the decision to go down there to the D League. They didn't force him down there to the G League. He knew for his basketball life, sitting on the bench wasn't going to work. So he made a choice. He made a choice. He said, yo, send me down there. Let me get some run. Let some other teams look. And then now he back on the NBA bench.
Well, Tom Thibodeau won't send Kevin Knox to the G League.
It's not about him sending. He could ask for a trade. He don't have to listen to his. Tom Thibodeau is not the owner or the general manager. Your agent gonna speak to Rose. Rose is gonna say, look, well, we got a spot for him, or we don't. Oh, he wanted to get out of here. Let me see what I can do. That's it. And then you go get you another opportunity someplace else. But if Knox sitting there patiently waiting his turn, somebody must have told Knox, be patient. You're going to get another shot. And he fine with it because he don't look like he's soaking on the bench. You know, and that's just the way I'm looking at it. I don't see Knox on the bench crying about with the mopey face or anything like that. You know, he probably just sitting there doing his practice thing, waiting for his number to come up so he can show what he can do.
I agree.
All right, then. So you can't complain for him, Kev, when he not complaining.
You are right. I just call it how I see it.
Okay, well, but look, like you said, we don't got the ins and the outs, but that's one thing that I know that a player will do. Yo, get me out of here. At the end of the day, he going to still get whatever team they going to send him to, he going to still be under that same contract. So he going to still get paid. So he going to have a better opportunity to play someplace else. But obviously he thinks that he going to get this opportunity there because I wouldn't go nowhere because that spot is wide open. I sit right there, do what I need to do, and close in on that spot. And like far as RJ is concerned, nobody tripping on him. Keep on developing because they're giving you minutes at that spot. But don't take too long. Don't take too long. You know, this your second season. You got time because you show promise. RJ shows promise. So with that being said, that he gonna be all right. Now when Knox get there, Knox got to show a little bit promise too. Step your game up because your opportunity is coming. And when you get it this time, because long as they got Bullups there and they ain't make a trade for nobody, with that poor play that they played, he got another shot coming.
I agree. Again, I agree with everything you're saying. It was inevitable. It's going to happen. Just Tiz is taking a sweet time Because I really feel like Tibbs is giving away wins.
Well, I feel as though no, look, I just look at it like this here. When you got a shortened season and you come on here and you getting your coaching staff together, you got your starting camp was short. You know what I'm saying? Say, look, we're gonna do something after 25 games. We're gonna reevaluate the player. We're gonna start off with this lineup and then we're gonna reevaluate. If we see that we have to make a move where they're struggling in the position is, then we're gonna make a move. Okay, boom. They felt as though that they needed another point guard. They didn't feel as though that they needed Knox position covered yet. So that's a good thing for Knox. So then he said, well, then at 35, 40 games, we're going to reevaluate that position. And then we're going to give it to the next guy for the rest of the season. And then it's a wrap. And then at the end, when we go to the draft, if we feel there's a need to draft for that position, then we draft for it. I think that's the perfect assessment to do it. I think that's perfect. I don't think there's nothing wrong with doing it that way. You go 20 was with maybe 40, and then 20, 40, and then the one with the 40, he do the last 30. And then maybe since Knox had a shot at it because Burks got, because Burks got hurt, then he got 2 chances and everybody else got 1 because they only got 3 people at that position. And then they'll back him up, and then he can get out there and try to do his thing without nobody looking on his back. Because that's one thing that Fizdale's caused. Everybody to look over everybody's back, because when they played like garbage and they had a bad game, you got taken out. And all that really did was have you looking over your shoulder all damn day.
Maybe that's how Reggie Bullock hurt his neck.
So doing it this way is, like, I feel as though it's a little bit better, because even though we may look out there and say that, okay, it's trash out there, Peyton is playing better. You know what he had today? 19 when he shot 9 for 19. But see, Peyton's problem is this. I've been noticing what Peyton's problem is. This is Peyton's problem. If Peyton go and score, he's not going to get you no assists. Because he's going to put his head down and score. He can't do both. He only can do one or the other. He gonna either get you 10 assists and 9 points, or he gonna get you 16 points and 3 assists. That's how he roll. He can't do nothing else better than that. He can't do both of them.
Freezer, you want to chat? I don't hear Freezer. Oh.
Well, I don't know. Y'all make good points, man. Y'all make real good points.
All I'm saying is, if you're going to look bad, if you're going to lose games, I'd rather lose the people that are going to be here that you still think they can make better.
Hey, look, that's a philosophy, though. Your philosophy is wrong.
I don't think Tom Thibodeau is trying to develop Alec Burks.
No. But at the same time, when you put this guy in, you also came into the thing thinking about this. Just say he did it like this here. He said, well, we got this little $5 million player. I'm sure about All-Star break.
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated. I'm frustrated with Knox more than anything. Not Thibodeau, not Bullock, not Burks. Knox should step up, man, and take that role and thrive in it.
Hey, look, like I said, he gonna get another shot, and then when he get this next shot, this is gonna probably be his last. If Knox make it past the All-Star break, Knox gonna get another shot, and he better roll. He better be ready, because they're gonna leave him in there, and then they're gonna reevaluate that position in the draft, and then you won't see him no more.
Right, and we're gonna mess around and what's gonna happen? I ain't gonna lie to you. What's gonna happen is we're gonna mess around and get a cat like Kuminga. Right? We're gonna get a cat like Kuminga who's raw, and him actually gonna battle it out in training camp. and Knox is gonna be that Reggie Bullock type vet. You know what I'm saying? In his 4th year, not being able to figure it out, wanting to establish himself, and the fans are going to see the new shiny toy develop.
I
And
don't
so
think
it's
if they draft for that position, I don't think Knox gonna make it past the summer. They're gonna trade him over to they'll trade him over to what you call it. They ain't gonna even put that. They're gonna even put that there. They're gonna probably give Reggie Alec Burke another $5 million contract and watch somebody beat him out. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. You know, because you gotta show promise.
Yeah.
You don't have to shoot. Inconsistency is okay, but you got to show promise.
Yeah, well,
you know, the first like I say, RJ shows promise. Knox doesn't.
Right.
And that's what I think is holding him back. But like I say, he's gonna get and that's a good thing. When they give him his shot, they're gonna leave you in there to stall for about 20 games. No matter what, you get down on yourself, they're gonna see you gonna either look bad and the rest of the team around the league gonna see that you trash, and then you're gonna be down in the G League.
G League.
Well, you've been down there with Green and them. And
I think that's what Kevin Knox should be at right now.
Nah, you can't really put him there now.
Why? Because he's getting a whole bunch of minutes with the big club?
No, because I think he was a first round pick, and you got to at least go in your 3rd year, or you got to request it. Because they couldn't send Dennis Smith Jr. down there. He had to tell him because he was a first round pick.
Mm.
They can't make you go.
I don't know about.
Yeah, that's it. And you that first round pick in there like that, you ain't going. They can't make you go.
Oh well.
But that other team, that United team, see now that team right there, they can't come up to the NBA.
No, because they don't have a team assignment.
Huh?
They don't have a team assignment.
Yeah, they can't come up.
Yeah, like the Westchester Knicks have a team assignment, right? So,
we can bring them up. You can't bring the other ones up because they bought them in under a different type of contract. Green making $500,000 a year.
Yeah, but he getting paid by the G League though.
Yeah, he getting paid by Gatorade. Yeah. Him and the other guy too.
All of those rookies.
What's his name?
All of them first year players. I mean the high school players. They either play for the G League Elite or G League Ignite, right?
Yeah,
one of those two teams.
Yeah, I think old boy got like a $500,000 contract. Green did.
Yeah.
Everybody else down there probably getting about $75,000 that they playing against. Yeah, because those are players that's not in high school. All those other players are professional players. But
right.
G League and United got professional players on it mixed with high schoolers.
Yeah.
So they pulling up that they got that bank.
So what's the answer for Knox then? Kev, you still there?
Yeah, he back.
Yeah.
The answer is like when he get his next opportunity, he better take advantage of it. That's all you can say for Knox. Nothing else you can pretty much say. He got to take advantage of his situation when he get it. And he gonna get it, I think, after between 35 and 40 games. I think they're gonna let Knox finish out the season in the second half.
Even if that's not the case, you do know what the people ahead of him is enough. And I don't want to wish ill will on anybody, but we all know it's inevitable one of them will get hurt pretty soon. Well, and if Knox does come in, he needs to take that situation and don't let it go.
That's right. And then if he don't give you what you want to, what he needs to give you, Kev, you might have to come to the conclusion that he's gonna probably have to do it someplace else.
Yeah, he trash. Yeah. And I don't mean that to ignite something that he has. Say what it is. That is what I love Hoodie Cav. I think Hoodie Cav is like at times a mirror image of me when I hear him speak about stuff. So I'm not trying to troll Hoodie Cav. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is the obvious answer is, how about Kevin Knox beat out some random behind journeyman, right? Some random journeyman Kevin Knox. Just beat them out for the love of Jesus Christ, JG. Oh my God. Just beat them out. I mean, dog, who's playing in front of Kevin Knox? I mean, think about it. Who legit is playing in front of Knox when you feel like Knox can't beat them out? I mean, it's like, who's in front of Knox? Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike is in front of Knox, and he can't beat them out. You know what I'm saying? And so, and when he kept laughing, that ain't even funny. This is so frustrating, man. He kept laughing. I'm so frustrated right now, man.
I'm laughing at the analogy, and you know why I'm laughing at it.
Oh my gosh, man. Dude can't be
But
out.
here's the thing. You remember at the beginning of the season, and Kevin Knox was like super confident. Kevin Knox, I want to be the starter on this team, and da 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 da. Did that sound like a person who lacked confidence? No.
Well, you can say that in front of the camera, but when you go up there on the court,
You can tell a person's demeanor. Like, no, if we talk about a person's confidence, it starts with their mental, right? So don't sit here and say that they on the court productivity is different from their mental when you talk about their mental. Their mental was, I'm confident in my game. I know where I am in my game, and I want to be a starter on this team because I know I got these bums.
hey, look, let me
and I'm
tell
about to
you,
take these bums out.
guess what you
That's
was
what it
using
sounded like.
Guess what you was using early in the season? Oh, Knox is shooting 40% from the field. He should play. He played the next game, missed 2 shots. He back to 32%. That's how close up and down it was that it really didn't count. Because 2 shots to take him to 32%.
Kevin Knox ain't shooting 32. Right now, Kevin Knox shooting 38% from 3.
But he probably only, like I said, I had one stat that Knox took 27 shots. Knox altogether, Knox had like 57 shots. 27 was from 3, and the rest was from 2. So he was pretty much posted on the 3-point line. It was something like real close. Like he had something like 17 shots from 2 and 27 shots from 3. And that was what we had to go on. Right now, Knox probably shot about what, 55 shots from 3 in all his playing time, and 30 shots from 2. What, 80 shots?
So,
but like I said, he gonna get his chance to really put up some shots and get his numbers, and then they're gonna be looking at him. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not. It just wasn't his chance yet, because you got to let him all fail. Because I don't think that Burks is a whole lot better defender than Knox, but it's just not his chance yet.
Well, time will tell.
But just quit giving Tibbs a hard time over Knox.
I give Tibbs a hard time over these rotations, and that's duly, and that's fair.
Yeah, because you don't like them, but you can't say that the rotations are not relevant because it's producing more winning.
Did they produce wins tonight?
No, they didn't win tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They won the day before.
Like I said, he does some weird rotations. That's all I'm saying. I would like there to be more consistency.
Reggie Bullock hit 1-3 late in the game. Like, and then again, you get a pass in New York. I mean, they got a lot of players got a pass with that COVID, because the fans would have sat Bullock ass down.
That's what I'm saying. These fans back in the stand now, they're gonna be in for a rude awakening. It was all feel good, emotional tonight because Julius got Julius was named an All-Star, but that's gonna wear down.
Oh yeah.
Soon when Alfred starts having these bad games, and they're gonna be on Alfred and on Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks, they're gonna be on him. The honeymoon is over.
Yeah.
Where did Freezy go?
I don't know.
Because I'm about to shut it down for tonight. I got to get up in the morning, and this appointment.
Yeah, me too.
Freezy.
Yeah, 3 good enough.
Exactly. We've been on 3 hours and about 15 minutes.
Yeah, man. Can't
He
have
was
all
just here.
Yeah, I know.
You want to text him?
Oh, my phone charging.
Hold on. I just sent him a text
Oh.
saying I think we about to call it a night.
Oh, they said Knox had played 373 minutes. Obi played 249.
How has Kevin Else played more minutes than Obi Toppin?
Obi was out 10 games.
Kevin Knox ain't played in 10 games.
I know, but that's total minutes for the year.
Exactly.
I
and
think
Knox
that's what
still
he's
has
saying.
more minutes than Obi. And technically you can say they've missed the same amount of time. Freezer
Nah,
just
they
text
ain't played
back.
the same amount of time.
No, Knox has more minutes.
Yeah, Knox have more minutes, but they haven't played the same amount of time.
Freezer, you here? We about to head off.
All right, man.
All right, Freeze, we out.